Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome. It is I, troopersjp, and thank you for joining us on our Foxhole Fridays as we play RPGs, and we are playing our summer campaign of AD&D 1E with all of the weirdness that comes with that. And it is a lot of weirdness. And I am so excited. This is our second actual play session, and it's the first session that all of our PCs are going to get to know each other, and I'm sure that will go well. Yeah, I'm sure it will. I'm sure it'll go very, very well. But, I should say, thank you for being here. And if you would like to support us, the best thing you can do is, be here. And if you would like, you can leave comments in the YouTube and subscribe if you're watching us on YouTube. Otherwise, hey, just be here, hang out with us, give us title suggestions at the end. You can also repost our Bluesky post to let people know that we are live so other folks can show up. You can give us tips and bits, and if you do, and you leave a message, we'll read out that message at the end. Also, those tips and bits go to help pay for this cast and all that sort of stuff. You can also be our Patreon. We have a Patreon, which is at Academic Foxhole, and that's, hang out when I finally update I try to update it fairly regularly, but it's just not, I try to update it every season. I'm late, but that's okay. I'll give it, I'll give an update and you can see what's going on. And let's see, what else do I want to tell you? There's a special, it's like $3, right? And you'll get props and whatever kind of weird props I sort of make up, and there are props that are coming, so that's fun. I try to want to do like a GURPS arena once a year, and you can come in and play with that if you're you get first choice if you're a Patreon. And we have a special Patreon tier for $200, which will pay for 4 cast members for one show for 1 week, and there are only 4 of those slots available. And one of our patrons, we have one sponsor, and that is Willin TW, who is amazing and love him. And you get a special shout out in the credits, and at the mid-break, we'll put a radio ad for you. And I think that is all of the pre-stuff. The most important things right now is to introduce this cast, who are amazing, and I'm so excited, and they're gonna cause trouble. So if you could say who you are and who it is you're playing, and then what was your first impression of Kur-Sag? And let's start with my buddy, my best friend from middle school, although we were not in middle school together, just at the same time as middle school. Ezra.
We were in youth theater together.
Mm-hmm.
I'm EzraDenney. I am playing insert fake name here, but I think right now I'm going by Doyle Leland. Much like a demon. No, you should never know my true name. A first level cleric of the Demon King. And my first impression of Kur-Sag is that there is money to be made here off these idiots.
Yeah. That's because you are a high-class noble who's very honorable, I think. That's correct?
As far as you know.
And I'm gonna I gotta keep working on your audio, but let's go to our next person up. Hey there, Lindy. Tell us who you are, who you're playing, and then what was your character's first impression when they walked into Kur-Sag?
Hi,
which,
laughlovelindy.
by the way, we have an image of. But imagine that place with a gate, but also with a wall, like the city wall, and high towers. But that's the vibe.
Hi, I'm Lindy, LaughloveLindy, and I will be playing Justicia Silvervale de Ambrose, who is an elf magic user, not at all a thief, that'd be so dishonorable to my family. And, I'm just here thinking freedom! Classic thoughts, and, pen pal? Just looking at all the elves going, could they be the one?
Interesting.
Just making googly eyes at all the elves.
Yeah.
Elf myself, yeah.
I guess we'll find out. there are some things I'm going to want people to do, but we'll do that when we get there. Speaking of when we get there, Nuggetasaurus, tell us who you are playing, and then what did your character think when they first saw Kur-Sag?
Hi, I'm Nuggetasaurus. I will be playing Synnomin Shu'garr, who is a assassin with no nefarious plans whatsoever. Um, she really likes Kur-Sag, but it doesn't. It feels a little off to her for it to be in a permanent settlement. It's a little strange. The fact that the buildings don't move is a little off-putting for her.
Because it's, where you're from, it's actually quite dangerous to stay in one place for too long.
Yeah.
What with all the undead and the corruption.
Curses, yeah.
The curses, it makes it not... You don't want to stick around in one place too long. Yeah. Speaking of people who do not stick around, who didn't stick around in their hometown for very long, PBPlaysInside, who are you, who you're playing, and what was your character's first impression of Kur-Sag?
Hi, hello, I'm PB. I'm going to be playing Malinalli Zid from our capital of and it is a long way. Honestly, almost as far away as possible as I could have been from Kur-Sag. And what do I think of it? After the whole "oh my god, I'm finally off of a mule" reaction, because at that point it like heaven basically. But after that, after being here for a little bit, hot, so dry. Oh my god, dry heat, the worst.
It's very dry.
Doing nothing for my skin.
It is not.
And my first impression is small, tiny, a lot of weird people here, which is saying a lot actually. And I'm also looking at everyone because I'm also looking for a certain elf who may or may not have arrived yet here in Kur-Sag. So I'm looking at everyone like, is that them? Is that them?
Kur-Sag is about 400 people. It's a very small community. Everybody knows when somebody new arrives. Speaking of new arrivals, WanderingDM, tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what is your character's, well, probably not first, but maybe second or third impression of Kur-Sag.
Hi everyone, I'm Simon at WanderingDM, and I play Marduk, son of Tamer, the half-orc son of the chieftain of this tribe of Inanna? Inanna worshipping.
Who is the Sumerian name that later would be called Ishtar.
Yeah, I have to change it.
It's like Zeus and Jupiter, but they are technically different gods.
My thought about Kur-Sag, at least this time, is that there's too many strangers here now. But it's a good thing they congregate in the same places. Wooden buildings are easy to burn. If they don't just all die of heat stroke.
Yeah, there's some rules about wearing plate mail in the desert. It's fine. And I'm your GM, troopersjp, and I am happy to be here in this place. The last time we played, we had a week off because I had bursitis in the elbow, which I didn't know that's what it was. I just knew I was having a hard time and not sleeping, but I have taken care of that more or less, and we are here. So let me ask a couple of questions. The first thing I need is somebody to roll me a 1d60. Anybody who wants to.
Let me check my dice bag.
30.
Middle of the road.
Okay, so there's something wrong with me. I got very excited about too much world building for this summer campaign. That is just what it is. And this world, which is inside of a planet, which is a goddess, has 6 60-day months, and each week is 6 days long, and they have 3 moons. And so day 30, on day 30, none of the 3 moons, Tide, Guide, and Hide, are either full or in either fully hiding or fully present, so you don't have to worry about any big problems in your travel at the moment. Although that depends. Although Guide will be missing for the next few days, next 3 days, starting tomorrow, so that might be a little bit awkward for your travel. I would worry about that actually, but it's fine. So that's where you're at. You're at the end of week 5, and the guide will be going away from the skies starting tomorrow. And you have all been here. Now, each one of you had a little bit of solo excitement and gotten some great XP, but you have no money, which is what you need to level up. And I want to share some things with you that we're going to talk about, because this will be important for life. One of my goals for this game was to, actually for any game, but for this one in the moment, was to really think about what are the implications of the mechanics of AD&D when you put them into a world. And one of the mechanics is that you have to pay money to level up, and it's like 1,500 gold pieces per level, per week. It's a lot of money and time that you have to spend in order to level up. And you have to pay a trainer. You have to pay money to a trainer to level up, and there has to be a trainer that you can level up with who's like your class but higher level, and you have to pay them money and you have to train for like a week at least for level 1, and then it just gets longer. But here's the thing about that. There's a spot in the DMG where it says something along the lines of that the higher level you get, of course, the more expensive. You might be spending tens of thousands of gold pieces to start leveling up when you get very high level. And they say, of course, not all of that's going to a trainer. They mentioned that if you were, like, for example, a cleric, some of that cost would be high, like really expensive raiments. Like, I think the Pope's clothing is very expensive, right? You know, there's it's embroidered, and it costs money to get your like Pope scepter. You know what I mean? Like, all that stuff is quite expensive. But they also mentioned that you have to spend money on, for example, giving money to the local liege, to the local economy. There are things you have to do in order to sort of make yourself, because high levels are also connected to status, basically, right? It's not just I have more hit points and I can hit better, but it's also that you're now a more important person in a community. And that's because once you hit name level, you can have a keep and all that kind of stuff, right? So I was thinking about that quite a lot, and I thought about what does that mean when you're in the middle of an outpost? And I'm going to tell you all what that means. There'll be more details that I'll write down at some point, but this is what you need to know. Who do you spend your money on is going to be important. There are, of course, trainers for every class in Kur-Sag that are members who are sweet summer children, right? Summerlandians, because this is a military outpost, so they have basically anything you need in terms of training, that is here. There are, if you are Murabi, you can go off to your local Murabi tribe that you belong to, and you can get training from them, which would mean you'd be giving your money to them rather than to the Summerlandians. Or there are a limited number of classes in the Murabi. You can't, depending on what your circle is. And not all circles have, like, all of them have clerics. Every single Murabi circle has clerics, and the bigger the circle, the more clerics you have, because the water's poisoned in the cursed desert, so you need people who can create food and water. Rain works, but again, it's not like you have a lot of resources, so you can certainly get cleric training. There's clearly ranger training and fighter training, but it will depend on what circle you're part of. Some people will have no problem getting access to assassin training. Some people, hint, hint, not mentioning who. And then when it comes to the Avonians, they do have people who are high level and who can train you here, who are in the little Avonlea. But they don't have everything here, right? They have some things, but not everything. So the question you have to ask yourself is, who are you going to give your money to when you go and start training up? And that will have an impact on the balance of power of those three different groups in this campaign. Also, money in terms of when you sell things. Let's say, as an example, you go off into the desert and, oh, I'm wearing my Tale of the Desert t-shirt, which was an MMO, which was very cool just because I thought it would be fun. But so some things are going to be done by not full-on gold pieces, but by what do you call it? Barter, trade. And you'll be going off and you'll be finding things in the desert. Many things might be sacred objects to the Marabi. And to the people who are Summerlandians in general. And those things you can trade in for money or for training, right? So let's say you find some really exciting tapestries that are worth quite a bit of money. You could give that to a trainer in order to get your level up. That's really good. So do you want to give these really rare tapestries that you have found to the Avonians, who will take it and send it back to Avonlea? In a museum? Would you like to give it to the Summerlandians or the Marabi, right? So there are questions you're going to need to ask yourself about who do you want to give this loot to when you trade it in?
I have a question.
If you do. Yes.
So, my weight as a character is 1,740 gold pieces. If I offer my body, is it enough for a week because it's more than 1,500?
You can't offer your body, but sometimes trainers will take quests.
It depends on the trainer, right?
I mean,
And God.
who wouldn't want to have a piece of me?
I mean, that's usually
Nothing to do with you, sir.
quests.
Sure, call it whatever you
quests. Yeah. That's what we'll call it. So I just want you to know that there are questions about who you give your money to and who you trade with. We are using Roll20, which has like a special shop, and I can set up specialized shops, and I will set up a specialized shop for Avonians and for the Summerlandians and for the Marabi, but that's for later, because I don't think you need to worry about that just yet. But I wanted you to know that that is out there. So, I would like us to start off with a letter. PB, there was a letter your character wrote, like an introductory letter, if I recall. Would you read it out loud?
Yes, I can. Give me a moment. Let me just, I'm gonna grab this real quick. Just gonna, sorry, did not realize. Of course. It was, yes. Greetings. My name is Malinalli Zid, and I am associated with a diplomatic group in Ur, the capital of the Summerlands. Our goal is to reach out to the people of Avonlea in hopes of exchanging cultural information about our respective homes. Our information leads us to believe that there are elves on the other side of Eredith's spine. As you have noticed, this entire message is in Elvish in hopes that we will be able to communicate clearly and with greater accuracy than our translators, who are quickly working to create a Rosetta Stone to communicate with those who only speak your common language. If you would like to, it would be my pleasure to get to know you and your ways of life and to share more about life here in the Summerlands with you. To begin, I'll tell you a little bit about my life here in the capital of the Summerlands. I work as a shipwright in Ur. I, with my co-workers, build river barges for those traveling and trading down the River Reborn. It is tiring work, but when you drop a barge into the water for the first time, it bounces back up and stays afloat. That feeling compares to no other. What are the rivers like in Avonlea? What kinds of boats do you have? And if you do not mind me asking. Ur is the greatest city of the Summerlands. People from all over have, at one point or another, come to live and share their culture. My favorite restaurant in the city is a seafood fusion restaurant run by a wonderful half-elf orcish family that has been here in Ur for 4 generations. What is the food like where you're from? What is your favorite? I do hope the language barrier is such that we are able to write to one another. May this letter find you well, my Avonian friend. Sincerely, M. Zid, member of the diplomatic team of Ur.
Oh, thank you so much. That is correct. A member of the diplomatic team of Ur. Being a shipwright is a big deal in terms of reputation and influence because rivers are everything in this culture. Very, very much so. And so it makes sense that a diplomat would come from the shipwright. Also because their class structure is a little bit more fluid and flexible than other spaces. And this member of the diplomatic team has arrived in Kur-Sag. And that is not going to be something that will not be noticed. The diplomat who has arrived in Kur-Sag has been given an invitation to meet with Captain Falana, the half-orc captain of Kur-Sag, for a meeting. But you are not the only one who's been given an invitation. You, of course, have been given an invitation, but also the son of the largest and most influential Murabi circle has also been given an invitation to meet with Captain Falana as well. You two are important. The brand new translator will also be present at this meeting, but some people don't know anything about that, I think. Yes, Marduk does not know about that just yet, but that is fine. So that's 3 people who will be invited into this meeting. I suppose we wouldn't need any more. Oh, but wait. There is an invitation that will be offered to a brand new elf that came into Kur-Sag. Now, exactly why this elf has been invited to this meeting might be unclear. This elf is also invited not at the same time as everyone else, but about a half hour later. There is one more person who will be invited to this meeting, but also a half hour after that, and that is an Avonian noble who has just arrived, who's going to be part of, there is a noble who has been here for a while, and that noble is Lord Thurston Baines Wexton, who has put in a request to make an expedition. But this other noble, Doyle Leland, is going to be the representative for Lord Baines Wexton for this request for an expedition. And so that human, Avonian, will be coming in an hour after the Summerlandians meet, and a half hour after the elf will be joining them. Why is that? I don't know. Interesting, but let us begin in the sort of main hall of the Captain Falana, as she invites the 3 people here. Who arrives first?
Definitely Synnomin.
Absolutely. You were the translator after all. You would definitely need to be there first. The captain, she is this half-orc woman. She's in the sort of... she has got her armor off on a stand. She has got her large sort of... she has a polearm because whoever wrote the Unearthed Arcana wrote like 10 pages of polearm trivia because that was their special interest. No other weapon gets that much space, but they do. So she has a polearm, obviously, sort of in a rack, and she is in her office with you. And when you arrive, she says, she's like big, burly. She's almost 7 foot tall. She's got like a bit of a scar that runs across her forehead and misses her eye. She's a little bit older. She's been around, you can tell. She moves like a warrior. but she also has got the weariness of somebody who's had to do bureaucracy for quite some time. And that is, there's something that happens when you're in charge of a keep, and that is there's a lot of paperwork and logistics, especially one where it takes quite some time to get the supplies you need. Quite some time to get the supplies you need. And she is waiting for you when you come in, and she says, "Ah,
Hi, good morning.
Cinnamon. Yes, please, come sit down. I'm happy that you are here first. Could we go over the business before the others arrive?"
Yeah, of course.
All right. Now your paperwork says, did you say from your paperwork that you were Sumu, or that were you from the First Kingdom? Murabi in your paperwork.
I think from the First Kingdom, because that makes more sense that I talk ancient.
Yeah. Or you could just be a scholar. Who knows?
No, I think she's trying to pepper her lies with truth, because the best lies come from a kernel of truth. So yeah, she would definitely say that she's from the First Kingdom.
And she's looking at your transfer paperwork over, and she says, I see that you are Murabi.
Yeah, that's right.
Interesting. And she has this sort of look, and here's the thing about you being Murabi. This is not a problem, but it is a question. Murabi are not really allowed generally to leave the First Kingdom, but you're coming in from a caravan from out Never Eat Shredded Wheat West, which means that you are one of the few Murabi who has been allowed out of the Cursed Desert, because generally speaking, nobody leaves the Cursed Desert. But you have been given permission, and it doesn't seem as if, like, she's assuming that you've been given permission sometime in the past, right? And how did this happen? Most likely it means that you have spent quite a lot of time in one of these outposts, enough to become trusted, to become integrated into the outpost life, one of these outposts, and then probably went train. Like, she doesn't know, but there are plausible stories for why this would have happened. But it does mean that you are a Murabi who has spent significant time in the outposts to become integrated and trusted enough to be able to sort of leave. So she looks at you. She says, "So, you have studied out west?"
Yeah, I have a special interest in languages, so that was kind of the best way for me to learn all the things I needed to learn.
I see. That's fascinating. Many Murabi don't wish to leave the Cursed Desert.
It's not my favorite thing to do, but it's kind of hard to explore different languages when you're all from the same place, so...
Yes, this is true. Tell me, which of the 36 outposts was the one where you were first transitioned from the desert?
One that's far away from here.
I would assume, and you know many of them, right?
Yeah, I would say whichever one is, like, the most plausibly far away that she's not going to send a note to be like, hey, is this person legit, kind of thing, because it's going to take too long of a time to come back.
Absolutely.
She would give off whatever outpost that is.
On the
western side.
On the western side, would you like one that's up by the ocean, or like would you like one that's water close or not water close?
I think closer to the water, but not like right on the water.
Yeah. Just yes, I've not actually spoken with the head of that post, but that's on the western side, which makes sense. It's closer to travel, a bit less remote than here. I see.
Just a bit,
interesting.
Yeah.
So you were stationed here. This is good, because we do need translators now. Most of the posts don't, but now that this Avonlea situation has started, that we do indeed need them.
Well, I can talk to all of them for the most part. I can speak the basic Avonian, their language.
Ah,
I know basic Summerlandian, obviously.
of course.
Ancient Sumu. I know hand dance.
Ah.
And what's my other language? Hold on one second, because I would not tell her my alignment language.
No. Nobody tells anybody else's alignment language. That's
no.
You you might do like a little bit of thing to see if you got the same one, but you
Right.
And I can also speak chaotic evil.
What?
Lawful evil. Thank you very much. Very important. And I also speak Orcish as well. I grew up around quite a few orcs and half orcs, so.
Really? And she switches into Orcish, and
and she'll switch and just effortlessly switch into Orcish as well.
And she's got this sort of there's this sort of smile because half orcs are not treated as well outside of the First Kingdom because of superstition, and so it's just very pleasant for her to be able to speak half orcs, and she continues this conversation with you in Orcish, and she says, well, we have a diplomat coming in, and we're going to have a representative of the Murabi come in to discuss things that are happening. After that, we're going to have a newcomer who's an Avonian. How much are you aware of the politics in Avonlea?
Not quite. I know that they've got some kind of queen or something like that, and some other guy that keeps sending people here, and that's about all I know.
Well, their kingdom is quite primitive.
I've heard that.
Yes. They also are very oppressive to people who are neither humans or halflings.
Well, that's gross.
Yes, they call them non-humans, what we call demi-humans.
Seriously?
Yes, that's what they call them. It is... and they are a very authoritarian sort of place. And so there are some of their... the demi-humans, demi-species, who are trying to come as refugees, but they cannot say so because they're...
Gotcha.
Yes.
Not legally allowed kind of thing?
To leave or do anything. So...
I don't think I quite like that.
No. And so we've had some people coming here, smuggled through... And this is a delicate dance to maintain because at the moment they are the closest and best source of water and food we have. But there is someone that I have been given a recommendation from. We have one of our Avonian settlers has brought to my attention a new elf has arrived. And we're going to bring her into this meeting to discuss some of the things that are happening, as she is one of the downtrodden of Avonlea. Gotcha. We wish to speak with her a little bit before the Avonian representative comes. They wish to have a new expedition into the desert. So... Yeah.
From the sounds of it, it sounds like it's probably a good idea to have them come in first, because they probably won't be able to get a word out otherwise once that Avonian's here.
Exactly. So, at any point in time, who comes next? It's either going to be Marduk or it will be Malinalli.
I desperately want to, because I want to see the exes reunite. So,
of course,
for messy reasons, I would like to go next.
Cool. I don't want to go next. I want to be alone in the room with her. Not at first, anyway.
One of the guards will knock on the door, and the captain, she says, "Come in," and enter, and the guard will open the door, and in will come this new person. Tell me, new person, you see this half-orc captain sitting on top of her desk, right, leaning on it, speaking to a human. By the way, Cinnamon, could you describe what your character looks like?
Oh, Yeah. Okay, so Synnomin is 5'7", about 145 pounds. She's wearing studded leather armor and has a khopesh across her back. She's very relaxed, lounging in a chair. She's got long, curly black hair that's braided back down. The braid almost goes down past her waist, even pulled back like that. Tanned, obviously sun. She's got the sun all over her skin, spattering of freckles everywhere, and then she's got some very bright green eyes, some gold jewelry, a nose rings, multiple piercings on her ears, and it's just very relaxed in this room and speaking Orcish with the half-orc captain.
What is your best stat, and how does that manifest in how people see you?
Oh, that's a great question. My best stat is dexterity. So I think the way that manifests in her just everyday, she's very cat-like in her movements, very fluid, very one move just flows into the next. Head's kind of always on a swivel, just paying attention to what's going on. Just very graceful in her movements.
There is also coming in with the diplomat. It's going to be somebody who's going to be taking notes, like a note taker. Now, the note taker may not has got some language skills, but we'll see how well they do. But this new person who walks in, PB, would you describe Malinalli?
Of course, coming in, very obviously an elf, short, about 4'7" is what I rolled. Lean but muscular, which peeks out from this elfin chain they have on that covers the majority of their torso, albeit around their neck they have a very bright orange, I don't know the name of the actual clothing piece, but scarf covering their neck, probably to protect them from, the multitudes of sand here. And
sand, it's rough.
They have a darker skin, a tanner skin tone, long blue or purple hair. You can't decide. It's kind of like zebra. Are they white with black stripes, or are they black with white stripes? It's blue. It's purple hair with blue accents.
May I ask, because elves are sort of plant-like in certain ways, or tree-like. What flowers are the purples and blues?
The blues are oh boy, I wish I knew the names of any flowers. It's the hold on. I'm just gonna look up something just real quick, just to see if I'm not gonna lie to you if I say this, because it's the only thing that came to my mind.
I don't mind.
The purple is represented by a beautiful tree that, when it comes into bloom, has purple flowers, a jacaranda.
Oh, yes. Yes.
And
yes.
If I just Google blue flowers, apparently it's a book. If anyone was curious, it's a book. But it's indigo. It's indigo. In a way to represent the balloon flower that, when it blooms open, it's star-like in shape, and has it's just a nice little beautiful perennial, what appears to be maybe a bush, from that very quick Google, and that's where where it comes from, although might be more influenced by the fact that she's by the water and may or may not be natural. And so the she has Well, she has an elfin chain on the top. The bottom, she has still colorful pants, still accented with a bright orange and blue. It's clear she's not very afraid of bright colors, maybe representing, I don't know where she comes from. And aside from that, she is wearing just smattering of leather armors protecting vital points around her. And she has piercings on her eyes, and she has 2 piercings on the bottom of her ear, and one very prominent one that doesn't really match the rest of the look, but it is on the tip of her ear, dangling down.
And what is her best stat, and how do we see that?
My best stat, it better be strength.
I hope so.
Yes, it is strength. It is strength. The way it represents itself, I think it's a lot in her stance and also in just her stature. It is very clear just from the fact that she's not wearing sleeves that she is very well defined in her musculature, but the way she holds herself is very grounded. If Synnomin is very graceful in her movements, Malinalli would be very purposeful with her movements, wherein aside from just like one part of her body, an arm would reach around to grab something, her entire body would instead shift to grab that item.
Yes. And the captain looks up at you and smiles, stands up and puts out a hand. Ah, Representative Zid, it is good to see you. Please, welcome.
Of course. What language does she welcome me in?
She moves back into Summerlandian. Because you're coming from the west, so she figured that's a good safe. That's the common for this side of Erda's spine.
Did I hear them speaking Orcish as I came in?
Yes, you did.
I will come up and shake her hand. It is a pleasure to meet you, Captain. And if I may, after this, I would love to speak to you about a different matter.
Oh, of course. We have much to speak about. Very quickly, I will let you know that we have the representative of a Murabi representative coming in for this meeting. We have much very serious things to discuss, and I hope that I can trust your discretion. I know you are part of the diplomatic outreach. Do you have any messages for me from the hierarchy back in Ur? Are there any orders from me? For me?
Do I have anything for them?
No, you were just told to find out what the heck is going on over there. But that was not something that you were told to tell her, you know?
Yeah.
But
yeah, that one I figured was keep it close. But
I
didn't know if they gave me anything to come here, considering it was also
official. It's just that you're an official, and you've come out here, and you can tell she's a little bit like, what is this official doing here? And like, there's a little bit of tension, like, oh, okay. It's, like when like the auditor shows up, and you're like,
yeah.
Why is the auditor here right now? Okay. Okay.
I will, as I finish shaking their hand, you do not have to worry about that. This was more of a personal trip than anything else. It's something to do with what I wish to speak to you after this, actually.
Well, that
so
will be...
I'm not here in an official capacity, for better or worse.
I see. Oh, all right then, because I, as a diplomat, I did not know if you had, were here to meet with the Avonians. For all I know, you could have been wanting to do some sort of, because I could arrange with you. There is, there are a little bit of complications when it comes to the ambassadorship of the Avonians. So, if you were here for ambassadorial duties, it would have been a little. I would have had to brief you on some of the complexities of the ambassadorship. Um, are are you here also for ambassadorial duties at all? Which you would, of course, you would be. It is totally fine for you to be so, of course.
And I'll switch over to Orcus as I say the next part. As an a representative, it's always part of the job. I'm sure as a captain, you understand that you're never truly off duty, but I am not here in any official sense here to speak to anyone in particular or see how things are operating. It is more of a personal matters. And if I see anything and you need me for my representativeship, then feel free. I am maybe here for a while, unfortunately.
Oh, this is, and you can see this sort of off the clock but kind of chill vibe you're putting out is putting her at ease a little bit. And she says, there is, I suppose I could tell you, there's a little bit of a complication when it comes to, and I think this is when Marduk arrives. As she is saying, and this conversation now is happening in Orcish, there's a bit of a complication happening when it comes to exactly who the ambassador is. We have technically, well, there are two ambassadors.
Who are they?
And could you describe who walks into the room?
Walking into the room is this tall, looks like my session has expired. Please exit the game and log back in. What the fuck?
I didn't do it.
No, I know. Roll20 just kicked me out.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know. There could be a tall session expired.
No, it happens sometimes.
I apologize. But
like a tall glass of water, but with more frustration and
muscle-bound.
refreshing.
Huh?
Oh, tall session expired. It's like a less refreshing tall glass of water.
Yeah.
Oh. Yes, a tall and muscle-bound half-orc, skin the color of glistening sand, dark hair that you can only really notice because of his bushy eyebrows. The rest of his head is shaved clean. He's got a handful of earrings on the one ear. Body tattoos that are hidden by like the tunic that he's wearing at the moment. But his arms bare, at least one of them is bare, shows like hints of these dark markings, but also a plethora of scars from various animals or scrapes or fights. He is not wearing his breastplate at the moment, but he is wearing his sort of armored skirt, if you will, that makes little clings and clangs as he walks in. Otherwise, he's got sort of like these high sandals, probably tracking a bit of sand as he comes in. And he's got this odd, very, very long, yet sort of thin and slightly curved two-handed sword strapped to his back. And
before you say anything else, I need to ask you a question.
Little tusks. Yes.
Is it the new magic sword or your original magic sword? The original sword?
The new one.
Oh, good. That's good. Also,
crap.
I need you to know something about your sword.
Oh, crap. No, it's not. Don't tell me it's intelligent.
I rolled, is all I'm saying.
Son of a bitch.
Because AD&D 1E is about random tables, and I rolled things.
Yeah.
Your
if
sword.
If I murder all of you in your sleep, it's not my fault. It's my sword's fault.
Your sword is gaudily bejeweled. It has quite a lot of jewels inlaid in it.
Great. It jars with the rest of the persona.
It does. It's
Do
like
you wrap it to like hide it a
it's
little bit?
gaudy.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have wrapped it a bit.
Yeah, like
'cause
there's
it's
just a
bit too
lot of
gaudy.
jewels in the on the scabbard and on the hilt. Like it's kind of gaudy, is what I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah, I'm gonna have wrapped it then.
Your
I would have seen
sword
that
plays
anyway when I
like
picked it
that.
up. But anyway, all that to say, he comes and looks at the, as he said, what kind of problem. His voice sort of trails off when he notices Synnomin.
Hey there, sweetheart.
This is our translator, Synnomin Shu'garr. Synnomin Shu'garr, let me introduce to you Marduk, son of Tamer, who is
We
the
know
representative.
each other already.
Oh.
What are you doing here?
I could ask you the same thing.
Simon needs to check. I'm here as not an ambassador, right? I'm here to
Basically, you
keep
are.
an eye on the pillagers. Yeah.
But you're here as an ambassador. Like, you are the representative because your circle is the biggest and most important Marabi circle.
Right.
You were here to do some trading, but also you were here. You have authority as like the voice of the Marabi
And the horses.
Yeah. Now, some other Marabi might not, in other circles, may not feel that way, but generally speaking, most important.
I'm bringing
group, yeah.
horses to the market. I have a job to do.
Yes, but also we are very happy to have a representative of the Marabi here. We have very important things to discuss as well. It is an honor to have you here. And she bows to you, and she says it's an honor to have you here in Orcish.
I figured everyone was speaking Orcish.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's a time to speak Orcish because we can all speak.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
but
like
I will very briefly though hand dance a little. What are you doing here, to Synnomin?
She'll hand dance back. I'm working.
Well, and as she is speaking, not noticing your hand dance, she says, the problem is that we have recognized an ambassador, Sheila Bright Eyes, who was the first of the Avonians to come to us. She is I think they call them gnomes, I think. But she had asked for asylum from her place, and she's a honorable person. We found her to be someone who is respectful, honorable, and also in need of our help, and we swore her that. And so she is she was able to come here with her child. She is the official ambassador as far as all of us are concerned. She speaks for those Avonians who wish to stay here, who are oppressed. But the power structure from Avonlea has believes that their Lord Murdstone is the ambassador from Avonlea. He behaves this way, and we give him we treat him to his face in this way. But for our purposes, Sheila Bright Eyes is the ambassador. So, official Zid, if you are doing official ambassadorial work, it is with Sheila Bright Eyes that you should confer. She's the one who will give us the most truth about Avonlea and is our best resource. For their nobles, then you would need to speak with this Lord Murdstone. So that is something to note. We have important things to discuss before we have a guest coming in, a new member of a new person coming in from this Avonlea. And that is that efficient Zid. I'm going to be telling you something that is... I would prefer you not to send back just yet, if that is all right.
Of course.
It is ordained by God Queen Lydia that no one goes into or out of the cursed desert, because it is cursed, and this, of course, makes sense. This is not something we would wish to circumvent. Of course, things are complicated now that the Avonians wish to go into the desert and explore as they wish. If they wish to be so foolish as to go into the desert in this way, well... But there is a problem. Those of you, you too, Murabi, you know this. There is a sickness in the cursed desert, and we here have made our outposts outside of the zone of the effect, the influence of the curse. Inside the curse, it is all death and corruption. And we sit outside as the last vigils to make sure that those cursed things do not come out. But something is very wrong. In the last, I don't know, maybe 10 years, 5 years or so, I've noticed things wandering out of the desert have become more of them. Really, I would say there have been more of them for the last 25 years, but in the last 10 more, in the last 5 even more. And something has come to my attention. In the last week, there has been report, I have kept it very quiet, of sickness coming from those who drank from our well. It seems that the corruption of the cursed desert has spread, and it has affected our groundwater of our well. It has always been for thousands of years the policy to contain this desert. Stay on the outside, don't let things leave. But it seems that something has changed, and the corruption of the desert is spreading. It has spreaded so far that it has hit our groundwater. We cannot just wait on the edges of the desert any longer. We have to find out what is causing this curse to spread. And if the Avonians wish to walk into this cursed desert to be the sin eaters and take on the curse in their folly, then it is an opportunity for us to find out what is happening. So, efficient Zid, I have created a task force. I call them the Resurrected. Those are Summerlandians who wish to make a sacrifice for the greater good. They give up our gods, and they dedicate themselves to one of the old gods of the First Kingdom, for only those who worship gods of the First Kingdom can go into the cursed desert without being struck down by the old gods as trespassers. So, those Murabi who wish to accompany these Avonians, or those Summerlandians who wish to become resurrected, reborn under the protection of the old gods, well, they are a task force that follow these Avonians into the desert with the goal of making sure they do not desecrate or cause too much trouble, but also it is an opportunity for us to learn, to try to discover what is happening, what is causing the curse to spread. Because the Avonians do not need to know anything about this, and also they are ignorant. So they won't be able to learn anything like this, but shadow them, pretend to be their guides, as we let them take the curses as we learn what is happening. So, Efficient Zid, I know that this is forbidden by the God Queen, but she does not yet know of this new threat that is happening. I hope you understand why we are doing this.
It's a difficult thing to hear.
Our cisterns are still safe for the moment, but the groundwater is now unsafe, which also means any crops we have been planting here in the desert at Kur-Sag are also now not safe to eat.
And when you say unsafe, what's happening? What is it? Do the plants become diseased? Is something happening to the people that drink from the well?
Now, you two, Murabi, know very well what this is about, because you cannot eat any plants that grow in the cursed desert.
Oh, okay.
Or drink any water. That you can drink water if you collect water from the rain, you can drink that, but you cannot drink any water from the ground.
Gotcha.
Because it causes people to become
undead.
Yes. Pseudo-undead.
Do they rise as undead after dying? Like, they get sick from the water, they die, and then they come back? Or...
Yeah. Well, sometimes what happens... Sometimes if you drink it enough or you eat it enough, you become... what I would say pseudo-undead. You're like somewhere in between dead and undead. That you just sort of slowly turn into this sort of something in between dead and undead, and it's
like
not
a vampire.
Good. Yes,
okay,
like a pseudo vampire would be the best way to put it. But if you die, anybody who dies in the cursed space is going to, if they're not put to rest properly using the right rituals. And I will note for the record, you have never seen somebody who worships the new gods do rituals to set the dead to rest. You don't know if their rituals would actually work to make it so that they do not come back as undead.
But ours do.
Yours certainly do, because you are under the protection of the old gods. And I'm just going to note that the Marabi are very religious people, because it's the gods that give them food, water, and make it so that their dead do not come back from and wander as...
But also, we were prevented from leaving the desert by the Summerlandians.
That is correct.
Okay.
Yep. It is the Summerlandians who have... It's a combination of both, right? Originally, the people who stayed because they wanted to stay, because they wanted to try to... This is their home. They want to try to protect it, especially the orcs. They want to try to protect this place and the sacred places. But as time has gone on, some Marabi did want to leave, and it turned out they were not allowed to leave because the Summerlandians said, no, you're from the tainted place, the corrupted place. You don't get to leave because you might be corrupted. So
now that the corruption has gotten to your shelters, you look to us for help. Is that it?
No. It is more like we are going... The resurrected will do this, but I wanted to bring out a fig leaf to say that I respect that you, the Marabi, this is your home. And if you wanted people who are Marabi to be part of this task force so that you have a representative watching the Evonians, I wanted to give you the opportunity to be part of this, because these are your gods, and this is your home, and I did not think it would be right for us to be going in without Murabi representation. We've had some task forces going in without Murabi, but it did not seem right to me that you are not represented in something that is so important to your...
It's not just a question of representation, Captain. It's also the fact that our gods do protect us from the curse. I could have told you that your expedition without any Murabi was doomed to fail. Any one of us could. I look very quickly to Synnomin.
You are probably right.
Us.
Yes.
It's not a fig leaf. You have no choice.
I would like to think that I'm not asking you here because we need you, but because we respect you.
But you also need us.
Yes, Do you have knowledge of this, how this curse hits water and plants and what we might be able to do? I mean, you live in this cursed desert, so perhaps you know something.
I know things. But I would like to see your well. See how the curse got all the way here. See what it sunk its claws into.
Yes, and that would be a great favor. We would appreciate this very much. We have an Avonian coming to this meeting, who was smuggled out by, not smuggled out, but was recommended by one of my contacts. There is an important Avonian named Scarlet Godstree, and she has been smuggling out those political prisoners and those who need help. And she has told me that there is an elf who is someone who could be part of our call to help those downtrodden in that place, and who might help us temper those Avonians of power. So I've invited her to come to this meeting to offer her the opportunity to take part of our task force. I wanted to let you know that I have invited her. Is that all right?
Quick question: what was the motive that was on the tabard that I torn off of, the one that was flown over in the tavern?
Which one? There are a couple different ones, right?
The one I got from the looter, the defiler.
Yes. That one is a tabard that, if heraldry works the way you imagine it does, is somebody who must be under the same shield as the head one, but not from that same house, like some sort of subsidiary of the Murdstone house. And so it's not the Murdstone, but probably some sort of bannerman of the Murdstones. And it was a hawk and a tree. And the hawk is sort of soaring over the tree. That was the tabard. There is in the Murdstone, that one has like a hawk and a mountain. So it seems as if the hawk might be the sort of the central Murdstone like figure, because this tree, the hawk is smaller, so it looks like, oh, okay, they must be related, but the main one was like a soaring hawk that had like and like a mountain. That's the Murdstone. The hawk, by the way, is like bloody and it's like rampant. You know what I mean? Like it's like a hawk in Warhawk sort of vibes.
I'm just gonna describe the piece of time. Actually, I have it. I'm just gonna pull it out and ask the captain if this one of this person's political prisoners.
she looks at it, and as she's going to say something, and as she says something, our elf is going to be escorted in. She's going to say, they're all speaking Orc, by the way, as you walk in. Oh, and she'll say, where did you get this?
Off of a defiler. Someone thought it would be wise to pillage a tomb, one of our own.
In the desert, in the cursed desert, you found this?
In the desert, yes.
Greetings and salutations. Wasn't sure how to break that conversation with.
Because you can see right what you there's what you're seeing is the captain who's looking disturbed at. Well, they don't know if you speak Orcish, but she seems to be very disturbed.
I speak in Orcish when I do speak up. Because I don't want them. Because I'm like, I should probably interrupt, but this sounds important. But
yeah. And she turns to you and she goes, you must be Justicia Silvervale.
Yes. I indeed. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
I'm Captain Falana. I'm in charge of this Kur-Sag. Welcome, please. You have been recommended to me. It is a pleasure to have you here. I am the captain of this place. Please, this here is Marduk, son of Tamer, who is the ambassador of the Murabi people who live in the Cursed Desert. This is our translator, Synnomin Shu'garr, who is also of Murabi descent, but educated out in the capital. And this here is our...
Malinalli, in the most polite way possible. I'm not saying she pushes the captain out of the way, but she does enter that space and make herself planted in that space.
Very visible, very seen.
Yeah. And as I let the other ones go, the other introductions go first, and the moment she stops saying Synnomin's introduction, Malinalli is right there, and she looks slightly down at you, and
I'm actually tall for an elf lady. I'm 4'11" and 70 pounds.
Oh my god! Then I look up at you, and I don't know what the captain's saying. Don't really care. I'm looking at
Captain saying words, but introducing efficient Zid.
I have gotten close to you, and I'm scanning your face, unbelievingly.
And I'm locked onto that earring you're wearing, and my hand goes to my chest, my heart.
And I reach for your hand, and I'm like, Justicia Silvervale of the family of Ambrose of Illusion?
Malinalli, my dear friend.
You made it here safely.
I did.
It's
and
good.
Probably slipping into a thicker Elvish, because I imagine her Orcish accent has a bit of Elvish to it.
Yeah.
And it's just
not
the
even
Elvish
an
accent's
attempt for
getting
Orcish.
thicker.
This is straight in Elvish. I'm speaking to you in.
And it's slipping from Orcish into Elvish and transitioning.
And I'm just holding.
I would find you so easily or so soon.
You were called in here. And you're okay? You're safe?
I'm perfectly hale and hearty and in good health.
Fussing all over you. I am just making sure you're okay. It will take a loud or a loud declaration of something to get me to not be focused on Justicia, just for the record.
Justicia is tall for an elf lady, 4'11". I know, but also probably a little underweight, so she's very willowy. She's very willowy. Green hair, long green hair, kind of tied back, and you imagine maybe it's long and down when she's not traveling, but since she's traveling, it's just rolled back and then braided down, and probably goes down to past her waist, with tied up with probably leather, silk, probably nice Avonian hairbands. Elven chain would peek out from underneath her linen robes a little bit, though, and would look very weighed down by her backpack. Just a bulky backpack that looks like if she got bumped in the street, she'd probably fall over. She's not encumbered. She's very heavy. Just
I need to ask 2 questions. One, I need to know what is Marduk's highest stat and how it manifests, and also what is Justicia's highest stat and how it manifests.
I'll answer first because Simon's chewing. Yeah. So dexterity is Justicia's highest stat, and unlike how it is with Synnomin and just that kind of cat-like, hers is more of like a noble plant-like gracefulness, like a willow tree that bends and sways in the breeze. So does she bend and sway in a stiff breeze. But very gentle, quiet, light footsteps, almost like a gliding walk. Very elegant is how her dexterity would present itself.
And what about Marduk?
Maybe ever so slightly sunburned, but has been trying to keep covered in the weather. But she's pretty pale. She's got like that willow, that like slightly grayish, brownish, pale skin, like tree bark, with her green hair.
Yeah. Ooh, yes. Green, like what like dark light green?
Well, I have my hero forge. I think it's like a lighter green, like a silvery green. Like that fresh leaf bud kind of color of green when it's got the little silver hairs on it still.
Absolutely.
But it's got that bright green underneath it. Yeah, that pale green.
And what about Marduk? What is his best stat and how does it manifest?
Freakishly tall and a mountain of muscles.
Nice. And the abs.
My highest strength is my highest stat is strength by a long shot.
And they're sort of seeing you talking to Elvis, and the captain goes, I'm so sorry if I don't mean to. This is our ambassador, diplomat, who's on diplomatic mission. I'm glad you are both meeting up. I also can connect you to the ambassador Sheila Bright Eyes as a new member.
Yes. Sorry. We've been pen pals through the Elvish Exchange program for the past 2 decades.
Yes. But we don't actually have much time before the representative of the Avonians are coming. And you can tell that she's like, oh no, I have too many things to say all at once and I don't have time.
Swap back to Orcish, to be polite. Yeah, since that seems to be the common language before. But like just standing real close to Malinalli.
Malinalli does not care about anything else in this room. Malinalli is only on Justicia.
How? I'm sorry.
Marduk, I have to tell you how... Yes.
I just want to know, PB.
Yeah?
Lindy, how obvious is it that you're into each other?
Anyone with eyes can see that they're into each other.
I will say, Justicia is used to concealing her true likes and interests to a certain extent, so she'd be keeping it as cool as she can, but you could tell there's a glimmer in her eye. There's there's a little smile that pops on her face when she sees Malinalli, but is trying to keep it professional. Not very well, but is trying to keep it professional for this
Marduk
instant.
makes sure that he is nowhere in Synnomin's line of sight, or that she can see my face at all. I'm just going to avoid her gaze.
Cinnamon is like hyper focused on anything but Marduk right now.
So it's obvious that they're
So
not
awkward.
looking. They're really avoiding each other.
Yeah,
and we're like kind of obviously.
A blind man walking
past
past a barn would be able to tell.
Yeah. The captain is like clearly got this rush now, and she says, "How old was this? How recent was this defiling, Lord Marduk?"
That was like
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to remember. Was it like a day before I arrived?
Yeah, it was like really recent.
I found a body a day ago.
Was
Burned
it? How old was this? Was it years old?
Few days.
There were no expeditions authorized. That was an unauthorized expedition.
Then
And you can tell she is pissed, right? That she is like not happy. But just we don't have much time. Listen, Justicia, yes? We offer to you asylum if you wish it.
Please, yes, absolutely.
Oh. And that is when, way early, Doyle comes in.
No hesitation. Just, yeah. Oh, good. I didn't have to ask for it myself. Yes, absolutely.
No, I'm certain that I was invited. It's just right in here, right? I'm just gonna go in. Thank you.
And the guard doesn't actually speak Avonian. And he's like, what? He's like, what?
What? No, I said I'm just... Right, you stay there. I'm invited. Captain... I'm sure I know the name. And I'm sure she's expecting me. I'll just go in. Let's get started.
As you come in, right, speaking Avonian, everyone turns to you because you're 20 minutes early. 20 minutes early. And she didn't have the time to, like, give them the skinny about you, which she doesn't even know all of it. And she turns to you and she...
and my eyebrows raise when I see him.
One thing I totally forgot that I vaguely remembered, thanks to chat, is that I actually gave his lordship a fake name.
Yes, Gizarm.
I am not Doyle Leland. I don't remember the first name, so I'm going to redo that, but I am Bentley Guizarm.
Bentley Guizarm. I feel like it was some other kind of...
It was a polearm, or was it Beck de Corbin?
No, I think it was Guizarm.
Yeah, I think it was Guizarm.
Yes, it was Guizarm, but I feel like... What was
the first name was different. I don't remember the first name.
Yes. Oh, would you do me a favor? Would you roll me a d20?
I will do that.
I just need a d20 from you.
Okay. I rolled
an 11.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I will just note that. Thanks. Good times. Yes, that I'm just gonna note that. Gizarm, Lord. I feel like your first name was also some sort of polearm. I think you went full polearm on me.
Did I go
Lord Corbin Gizarm?
Oh, Corbin might have been it.
Yes.
Yeah, Lord Corbin.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. Because I remember it was all Gizarm.
It was all
polearms.
In honor of Unearthed Arcana, all of my fake names are going to be polearms.
Yes. So she goes out. And she says in Avonian, her Avonian's like, okay, it's not the best, but it's okay. Lord Gizarm, it is good to see you. I was not expecting you so early. Please, come in. And she says, Lord Gizarm, and my dear Justicia, that is not the name you know him by.
Oh, but she doesn't say anything, just raises an eyebrow, and then if he looks at her, just goes to one eyebrow instead of both.
He'll nod and he'll say, "Oh, Justicia, it is so lovely to see you outside the bounds of Avonlea."
Indeed, what a surprise.
Which language you're speaking Avonian with each other, I assume, right?
Because he only speaks
That is
Avonian.
literally the only language.
Yeah. And
Unless anybody here wants to pull out some chaotic neutral.
No. But
we
she
can do that later.
Yeah, later. Because she has been the person who's been interacting with Avonians the longest. She does speak Avonian, so she understands what you all are saying. As she sort of nods, and she switches over to Avonian. She goes, "I did not know you two were knew each other." And she just looks at Justicia like, just to see if there's like a help look in her eyes, you know.
I don't know know if she's catching it. She wasn't expecting. She's like, this is the guy I was sent to go after. Why is he here? He's ruining everything. He was supposed to be much harder to find. It would just be. I don't think she. Was he announced as Lord Guizarm, or do I not know his name?
Lord
Okay.
Corbin Guizarm, but you know his name. You know his other name, but this is not the name that he goes by back home.
Lord Corbin Guizarm. It has been quite some time since we have crossed paths.
Could you describe Lord Corbin, what he looks like, if you please?
Sure. Corbin Guizarm is has too much preparedness and stiff upper lippedness to look uncomfortable as he's wandering around in full chainmail in massive desert heat.
Yeah.
His hair is sort of sweat matted, and he's got kind of hawkish features. The sort of a perpetually hungry kind of look in his eyes, and sort of always moving, almost nervously.
And what is his best stat, and how does that manifest?
His best stat is wisdom, and it manifests in he has a way of looking at he just is always looking right into people's eyes in a way that that charitable people choose to believe is like, oh, he's really looking into my soul. And non-charitable people choose to think he's trying to get one over on me.
No one would think that. That would be weird. That would be so strange. Hey.
Then when your eyes look around and catch Malinalli, which isn't difficult because it's right next to Justicia. She
You didn't tell me there was a human.
She's looking like between you two, since she has no idea what the fuck you guys are saying. But there is like a hardness to them when she is looking at you, almost challenging. As you continue this conversation with Justicia.
I'm gonna make a wisdom roll. Haha. Guizarm will walk up to Justicia, take her hand, look at you briefly, and then kiss her hand and say, "Charmed, my dear."
Keeps it cool. Keeping it cool. Keeping it cool.
The captain looks to Synnomin to translate this?
Synnomin's like, nope.
Yeah, because Synnomin's the translator. Yeah.
Synnomin does that. Oh, right, I'm the translator.
That's my job.
Oh, right.
It takes her a second, and then she's like, oh, yeah. He says it's a pleasure to see Justicia again.
And it's just looking at you, just looking down at Justicia just to make sure that, like, this is okay. He is not someone who's chasing you or something like that.
Would probably in Orcish, because that seems to be the next dominant language, to be polite. Would just say to Malinalli, an old acquaintance from remember when I wrote to you about that card game that I played?
Yes. Of course I would remember, yes.
It's from that crowd.
Why are you spitting, Justicia?
Do you speak
Orcish.
Elven? Do you speak Elven, Synnomin?
No, I don't.
But this was an Orcish.
Oh.
You could translate that. What was just said to our
Yeah, we could out translate.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm just gonna just that can stay between the Orcish speakers.
Yeah, I just want to know when you're translating and how, because of this. I think it's going to give me a lot of amusement for the rest of my life.
Yeah. Basically, we only have to translate things for Lord Guimar and Guizarm and everybody else, because
it's embarrassing you'd forget my name. I mean, It's only one of the most highly known noble names in all of Avonlea.
Of course it is. It's just you bear such a striking resemblance to someone else that I know is all.
He was handsome as well.
I'm sure.
Synnomin will kind of like not interrupt, but like put her 2 cents in here, and she'll walk up to Doyle, not Doyle right now, and she'll hold out her hand to him. Hi, my name's Synnomin. I'm gonna be your translator, so anything you want to say to people, you just let me know. All right, sugar pie.
What a pleasure it is to meet someone named after a spice.
It runs in the family.
Well, it's thank you so much for your service. If I require translation, I shall undoubtedly avail myself of your services. And if I or the Demon King can be of any assistance to you, please do let me know.
Oh, I will, of course. You'll be the first person I talk to if I need your assistance or the Demon King's assistance.
The Demon King serves and provides.
What language was that in?
Avon.
He only speaks Avonian.
Nice. I'm just gonna
loudly and
cross
slowly.
my arm and just wait. I feel left out.
Whereas I just keep like whenever Orcish happens, I'm just like politely ignoring it.
And the captain sort of like leans over to Marduk and goes, he's speaking about he has some sort there's some god from Avonlea who's a demon. I don't really know what they do there. It's quite disturbing.
Barbaric.
Just nod a little. Just like, not to drop ease, but I'm just like nodding a little.
Lord Gizarm, I understand that you are here on behalf of your Lord Baines Wexton, who wants to do an expedition out into the Cursed Desert.
That's the guy who I'm supposed to get his thing back for, right?
Yes.
Yes.
A fully funded expedition, I should add.
Yes, this is true. And she's like, oh, this is awkward. If you don't mind, I'm going to speak in Orcish for one brief moment. It's about logistics. And she turns and she smiles at you all and she says, the Evonians are... The Evonian noble class is the main bringer in of water and food to Kur-Sag in a more regular way. It takes almost a year to get supplies in from the far, far west. So this is a very important thing, especially now that our food and water are being contaminated by corruption. So we want to keep this relationship good. She wants to say other things, but none of them would be great. So she turns back in right to Avonian. She says, "This was about.
Is this silk? This is really nice."
Yes. It keeps. It's actually good for heating. So you want to do a.
How much is this worth, I wonder?
Oh.
Yes, a fully funded expedition.
Yes, I have gotten word with Lord Thurston Baines Wexton, who is the fellow who's here, right? He's one of the guys here.
Yeah, he's my patron.
He's your patron. Not Murdstone, who's the big guy. But he's the guy that actually wants to go out into the desert. This Lord Baines Wexton wants to go out into the desert.
Now, look, Captain, let's be clear. I think we all know that this is a tourist trip. So maybe we can set up some very easily findable artifacts that, some statuary, unimportant but still somewhat notable, and then Sir Baines Wexton can discover these fabulous artifacts, crow about it back home, and everyone goes home happy and rich.
She points to Cinnamon to translate this for the rest of the group, and you can see that the captain is surprised to hear you speak this way, since that is not how most Livonians speak when they come into this office. They usually speak in other ways that are usually quite irritating. And she's surprised, but so she wants everyone to know what you said, since that is sort of surprising for her to hear you say that.
The Avonian wants us to, I guess, pull one over on the other Avonians, is what it sounds like to me. To take them out to the temple
a little bit.
Yeah, and put some like worthless artifacts in there for them to find. And
I just nod. Yep, sounds right.
Again, his lordship's safety is of paramount importance, because if he dies, I don't get paid.
Oh, but he doesn't want his patron to die, so got to keep that one safe, it sounds like.
She nods, and she turns to Justicia, and she says, in Orcish, Justicia, this man is suggesting we flim-flam the Avonian nobles, and it seems you two know each other.
As is his nature.
I feel like I know the word for flim-flam in every language.
I think you do. That is canon. You know flim-flam. Is he...
It's like I know the swear words in Summerlandian.
Is he... this is perhaps not the right way to ask. Is he trustworthy in a... to not be loyal
you
to
can
the
trust
Avonians?
In his sense of greed and love of the game.
So he does not carry water for the Avonian oppressors?
Oh, no, he can make water. He can carry water.
He can make water.
No, I don't mean...
Kind of all he does.
No, I mean, he doesn't serve them like, he's not their eyes?
Ends justify the means, and his means is a fat pocketbook, and luxury goods for as long as he can obtain them.
Interesting.
Opportunity is his favorite word.
Okay, so she turns back to you and she says in Avonian...
He's also might be wanted by a couple of nobles back in Avonlea, so that's probably why he's here.
And then she says in Avonian...
She's like, I'm not going to say the details, because I'll save that for blackmailing him. But... Lord Gizarm, it seems as if you are...
Take the camels off of this. I wonder... Yeah, I'm sorry, yes.
It seems as if you might be very amenable to things how they work here in Kur-Sag, which is good to know. I have heard word.
And I give him like a subtle, almost thievy that he'd probably know a couple thieves can't signs based on just his con artistness of just like put in a good word for you. Is what I would just signal.
Your Wexton Baines wants this expedition. We here have reason to go along with this expedition at the moment, although if you are going to speak with Lord Murdstone, please tell him that I have been made aware of an unauthorized expedition, and that cannot happen. If you speak with him, please let him know that it is not safe for Avonians to go into the desert without guides.
Oh, I will tell him that at my first opportunity.
Thank you. Your Lord Wexton Baines has all...
There not being insight in first edition D&D.
There's what? I don't know what that is, this insight. I've not heard of this.
I just smirk a little when he says that. Oh, I'll be sure to tell him. She's like, yeah, I'm sure you will.
Speaking truth to power is not one of my skills.
Well, there are no skills in 1E, so of course it's not.
Non-weapon proficiency.
Yeah, you don't have it. Well, it is good to have you as a person who can speak to the upper nobility of Avonlea who are here in Kur-Sag. So please tell him that this is not acceptable. This is not safe for you all, but
Of course.
I have-
Captain, I want you to consider me your liaison to the nobility of Avonlea. My interest is in seeing this relationship flourish in a way that is as painless and as simple to facilitate for all of us.
Profitable.
Ah,
I chime in
And
in
profitable. Yes. Very good, Justicia.
this is good to know. I'm very pleased to have someone who is a liaison who is not so weighed under
Rigid?
heavy. Yes, yes. Thank you. Yes. Your Lord Wexton Baines has already rented 10 camels. No, I'm sorry. 10 for just the water and the food. 6 for the task force. Also some horses. We are going to need to have a task force go with the Lord, Wexton Baines, of guides. It will be himself and 2 of his squires. We will need 2 people to take care of the camels. It is a large number of camels. That is already 5. We normally have 5 in our task force of guides. Our guide corps is normally 5. And we don't have many task forces of guides, which is why not so many expeditions are authorized willy-nilly. Our current other group of guides is currently on an expedition at the moment, so we need to gather a group of guides. I assume that as a liaison you will be one of our 5, yes, Lord Gizarm?
Oh, I felt it was really more of an office role, but if that's what's required, of course, happy to traipse off into a desert that has the cheerful appellation the Cursed Desert.
Yes, it is quite cursed. Now...
Couldn't have named it something else.
No. That would be, what do you call it, false words.
We call it good marketing.
Now, if you would, Synnomin Shu'garr, as translator, would you be willing, as Murabi, you're not subject to the curse, would you be willing to be part of this task force?
Of course, Captain. Anything you need.
A translator would be of great use, and you do seem eminently capable.
Thank you very much.
I would assume, Marduk, that as the representative of the most esteemed and honored circle of Murabi, you would want to be also on this task force of guides.
In my head, Marduk has been, like, lurking in the background.
Yeah.
And Doyle has been, like, studiously ignoring. And when you sort of point to him, as Doyle looks on, he goes, "No!"
Nice of you to finally include me in the conversation.
I look at the translator.
He says hi.
That was terrifying.
Oh, this is going to be horrible for me.
That was hello.
I promise. He's much more welcoming as you get to know him.
I do not relish that opportunity.
I promise you're gonna love him.
He'll step behind Cinnamon.
So if I got things right, we are to accompany this rich bastard pretend to pillage one of our holy sites.
Yes. But, and then she says this in Orcish, giving a look to Simon, saying, like, to be like, don't translate. But what I'm hoping, actually, is that if you go in more as investigators to try to learn what might be causing this curse to expand.
We could do that without serving as playthings for the Richavonians. They
They're
don't
not
care
that-
about the curse.
No. They don't really know about the curse in great detail.
And why are we bringing them along?
Because we cannot go into the desert. It is forbidden for us to do so. But they are going in. Do you know the concept of the Sin Eater? Please don't translate this.
Is he
No, of course
talking
not.
about me?
You want
Is he
them-
talking about me?
No, we're talking about Marabi things. It would bore you to tears. Yeah, you don't want to hear
Desert
it.
traversal details.
Yeah. Just logistics, things like that.
Number of camels.
Are these spoons silver?
Yes, they are.
And just Justicia's like, no, like doing this. she before,
All of a
trying to
sudden,
head
no more
off before
spoons.
she answers. Yeah.
You know you can just decide to go back into the desert.
It is forbidden for us as we do not follow the old gods.
You can also decide to start following true gods.
Old gods. And those
As far as
who
I can
are...
see, only one set of gods protects you from the curse.
And the
Marduk.
rest protect us from everything else outside of the cursed desert.
Inanna provides wherever I am.
And so does Isir.
Oh, you see, if we have Summerlands to go in, they have to give up the gods, to take in the old forgotten gods so that they are not subject to the curse in this way. But of course, this is a matter of state security. This is important. And the Avonians are going in and we can manage them. If we have...
So you're
guides.
using this technicality.
Yes.
What's more important? That we figure out what's happening to Kur-Sag, or that we bring this defiler back alive in one piece?
The defiler has brought many gallons of water. Gallons of water that we cannot get so easily.
If only you asked.
We have 400 and some people here. We have caravans coming. We need the supplies they can give. Also, they have armies on the other side of Erda's spine, and I do not want to give them a reason to bring those armies to bear. It is a delicate diplomatic dance, and I have to tell you, Lord Marduk, I am not a diplomat. This is not where my skill set is. This is really the skill set of efficient Zid, and not myself. And I wish that I were more capable in this way. It's a balance I don't enjoy having to deal with. But if they are going to go into the desert and eat the sin, it is an opportunity to learn. And maybe stop whatever this is.
They don't know they are about to be sin eaters.
No, I did not think they would need to know that part of the information.
I see.
Do you think they need to know this? They don't seem to care so much about logistics of these details.
Like I said, so it's more important for us to figure out what's happening with the curse and its spreading than it is to make sure our guest comes back in one piece.
If the guests don't come back in one piece, that will cause trouble. So...
But if you want them to eat the sins...
Oh, that will be something they take with them when they go back to Avonlea. They will take their curse back with them. I don't care what happens to them after they leave this place. But we want them to come back in one piece and go back to their strange land and take whatever curses the gods give them, the old gods, give them back to that place. That's what happens in that place is not my business, if they wish to do that.
Sure. I understand.
But them dying in the desert when we are their guides looks quite bad on us, so bringing them back, managing them, they cannot do so much harm, will be useful. So we can keep our trade going. They're paying extraordinary prices for water, by the way. And everything else. They're also charging extraordinary prices for water. They are difficult. Justicia, would you wish to join this task force that we have? He goes back into Avonian, so this part goes back in.
Oh, no, she's coming along, of course.
Oh. Does it pay?
Look, I'm going to stipulate from the beginning, she's not an illusionist, and yes, that is a tremendous disappointment to all involved, but still quite capable, and frankly, it would be lovely to have someone that I could actually talk with on this trip. No offense, Synnomin, I just don't think we have the same sort of rapport yet, although I do hope that bond does grow. But Justicia and I have known each other many years, and she knows so many interesting things about me that I wish to be near her all the time.
Yes, it does pay.
Great.
We are
fully funded, I mentioned.
Yes, there is great funding from the Lord Wexton Baines, but also if you find artifacts that are part of your share, we have, I should make sure this is very clear to you, Lord Gizarm, we have negotiated that all of our guides get a full equal share in the treasure as your great adventuring selves, because being a guide is specialized information, and without using the guides, you are not able to have the authorization to do an expedition at all. So there will be equal shares for our guides. I know that it is customary to give half shares only to guides, but it will be equal shares.
I think, of course, and as a part of the task force, I think that I am technically considered a guide.
Ah, yes, if that is especially useful for you, then absolutely we will give you. And then she stops, she thinks about it.
Sounds like 2 shares to me. One is the liaison, one is a guide.
Only one, but if you are a guide, that means you must have the special dinner.
I love dinner! Dinner is one of my 3 favorite meals.
She turns to Justicia, and this man should be given the special dinner, yes?
Wait, you know what the special dinner is?
What is the special dinner again?
You will be invited to the special dinner as a Avonian guide.
Right.
And he also should be invited to the special dinner, yes? On your
He'll complain
say-so?
a whole lot if he's not invited to dinner, is what I'm just going to say. And again, you can trust in his...
Open bar?
Bread.
A bread bar?
You will understand. Don't... And she turns to the efficient. Efficient
Rain
Zid.
alcohol?
We are bringing this task force. Justicia will be going along with Lord Gizarm, our translator Synnomin, and our great warrior from the Murabi, Marduk. You said you would be staying here for some time. Would you wish to wait until they return, or...
And I'll turn to Justicia in Elvish. I will ask, is this something you wish to do?
Well, I do need a little bit of coin, and I do have some unfinished business to at least discuss with this dear Evodian fellow here. I've only got about 30 gold left, and I don't think that's going to be enough for our travels. Or to bring my kin over, so... But I should find some work here, and this seems to be fortuitous, right? Shouldn't be.
I have told you of the desert. This is the one that is full of the undead.
But there'll be other people. He looks real strong. I kind of like gesture over to Simon's character. He looks like he could be a very good barricade between particularly nasty undead and myself.
And you are certain you are okay with this, and that this is something you wish to do?
It seems like it could be profitable and a good introduction to the land, and I do need to keep an eye on him for a little bit. I know some things about him, and he also knows some things about me. We need to come to an accord before I can leave this area.
And I will look back to the captain, back into Orcish. I will wish to accompany them to to their expedition.
And I get like big eyes, like Malinalli.
Well, efficient, Malinalli. I must make clear that no one who is a worshipper of the true gods are allowed into the cursed desert. To go in as a guide, you must become resurrected.
You've spoken about this resurrection. We can speak about what that entails.
It entails telling the gods, the true gods, the modern gods, that you are no longer going to worship them and then take on one of the old gods, their gods.
Is it just as simple as me saying so?
There is a ritual, of course, but it is not painful.
Why did she wave her hand like that?
Well, they're discussing religious matters in the Summerlands. They're talking about discussions of gods, different types of deities.
I mean,
in
I
that
could put in a good word for the Demon King.
I will let them know, and I just stop back over and be like, "Yep."
During that discussion they were having, Malinalli will give a meaningful look at the captain and then back at Justicia and back at the captain. It is a choice I have to make.
Understand. Lord Marduk, would you be willing to do the ceremony? I think he is away at the moment. But we have with us a cleric of the old gods who could bring you into the mysteries of the old gods, if you would be so inclined to make this sacrifice. As a matter of fact, Lord Marduk's circle, my understanding, is worshippers of Inanna, who we know as Ishtar, the goddess of lovers and war, which perhaps might be appropriate for you.
I just will have to hear more about it. It is a of course I will see who exists in the pantheon. I'm not very familiar with the old gods.
Good. Then I will let you go with Marduk. You two Avonians, I have something that has come from our priests. It is the dinner that I spoke of. And she goes, and there's like this cabinet that is like this, it's like this wooden chest that is like covered like in a velvet. She lifts the velvet, she opens this chest, and she brings out 2 small, round, unleavened sort of like bread cakes. And she wraps them in like a case so they would not get broken. Like a leather case, like a small leather case, and she hands each to you. And she says, "These bread are yours. You should not eat them, but you should keep them with you. No, but you should keep them close to your heart the entire time you are in the cursed desert. And you are not to speak of this bread to anyone else." And she looks at you specifically, Doyle.
What sort of conversation would that be? Do you know I have secret bread?
Good.
I'm not going to tell anyone that. That's ridiculous. Why
Good.
do I have secret bread?
It is good luck.
No, it's uncooked.
It is cooked by the sun.
Do you have any secret jam?
You should not eat the bread. Don't eat it. Just hold it.
No, it's a
And she
brick.
looks at Justicia, like, help me.
And she's kind of a facial expression of, he's beyond help, but I'll do my best. It is those who have had the bread close to their heart have returned from the desert, and those who haven't, they don't usually fare
let's
as well.
put that right there.
Good.
But I have another.
You have to frame it as survivability.
I'm afraid not. Only one. It is a ritual bread. Well, I have bad news, and that is that tomorrow morning...
Single-use one-person item.
Yes, tomorrow morning would be
Are
when
you
you
sure
should
you
leave.
can carry that, Justicia? You're quite overloaded.
Barely.
It's quite a
Right.
heavy piece of bread.
It's 100 gold pieces worth of weight. It is not. It is,
This is 100 gold.
I'm putting it in my thing. Is inventory is secret bread.
So you're telling me this secret bread is worth 100 gold pieces?
No, it's just worth your life.
Well, I mean, 100 gold pieces seems pretty good for my life.
It's actually worth
Yes.
more, I hear.
Well, we will leave to your... You may tell that Lord Bexton Waynes that the expedition is authorized to leave tomorrow morning. Unfortunately, the guide will be away.
Why doesn't his lordship have secret bread?
He is not a guide.
Oh, so only the guides get the thing that will allow us to survive whatever's going on out there. Right. Got it.
And this is why we don't tell anyone.
I mean, I'm not in the will yet.
Well, I think... please rest up, and please, Malinalli, I'm so sorry, Officiant Zid, please speak with Lord Marduk, and he will discuss with you about the ritual to bring you into the embrace of the old gods. I think it would be a good gesture to have him do it, rather than one of our clerics.
Of course, I understand.
Well, with this, it will be difficult for you to travel as the guide will be away, unless you want to wait 3 days, which would bring the guide back. I would recommend it, but Lord Bexton Waynes does not care about prudence.
I mean, how long will it take you to create an utter sham of a ritual site with, I don't know, 3 statues of large-breasted women or something, and we should be just fine.
Already prepared. If you might say that it will take us 3 days, but he is pressing to leave immediately. But it would be safer for you all if you waited 3 days.
Look,
3 days.
We've got secret bread. What do we care?
Oh, it would be safer for you in terms of not getting lost in the desert.
And the bread doesn't help with that, then?
No.
It's very, very limited purpose bread.
Yes.
A very narrow band of survivability.
Yes.
Yes.
But we
and
like to increase
also,
the odds, don't we?
no matter what it looks or smells like, do not let go of the bread while you're in the desert.
You're really into this bread. Do they have bread? Cinnamon, do you have bread?
She does not need it.
No,
Cinnamon
that's your
toast.
What?
special bread, darling. I don't need it. I'm from this desert.
Yes.
You're not from here, Sugar Pie. We gotta protect you.
I'm very confused. But, you know, quaint customs are why we travel, isn't it? It's fun
Yes.
to learn about other cultures.
I will tell you that Lord Bexton Waynes and also Lord Murdstone don't feel the same way, which is why they have been insisting on leaving tomorrow, which is the first day that the guide is away. I, again, would not recommend this for your expedition. I would recommend you wait 3 days, but that is not something that your fellow nobles feel they need to pay attention to.
Allow me to try and talk to Lord Baines Wexton, pardon me, and
Yes.
see if I can delay.
That would be best. So,
I believe the Demon King has found some ill omens on leaving in the next 2 days.
Perhaps some supplies need to be reorganized or some such thing as well. These things take time.
Don't give him... He'll just throw money at logistical problems. Theological issues.
Money at
ill
fake
prepared to
logistical
deal
problems that we could solve in 3 days' time.
Please note, I have given your names, this party's names, to the woman who runs the inn. There is a dinner waiting for you there at the tavern, with my compliments for tonight.
Open bar? Host? What do we...
There is...
Heavy
You would
acts?
want to be safe and careful. You are all dismissed. There is dinner waiting for you, and I will check in with you. And please, Officiant Zid, please go with Lord Marduk for your rebirth.
Am I to assume that every time my name is pronounced, people switch to Orcish, or
Absolutely.
like I just hear like rah 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 rah
No.
Marduk rah 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 rah.
It's almost always in
Yes.
Orcish, unless they're directly speaking to Leland.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
As,
it's predominantly Orcish is really what's happening here.
Okay.
as those of us that are not getting rebirth walk out, Leland will sort of look at Cinnamon and go, you know, you have a lot of knives for a translator.
I don't have any knives, darling.
What's that on your back?
It's a khopesh. Wrong accent. Shit. It's a khopesh, darling.
Southern.
I'm southern right
Southern.
now. It's a
Wait,
khopesh.
you
It's a type
sounded
of sword.
different. Oh,
It's the language. The languages.
Yeah,
different
okay.
accents.
I can't imagine a translator having so many voices, and I like to just have one voice in my head, the Demon King's.
Not even your own. Wow.
No, every morning, when I commune with my god, the Demon King prepares a list of everything I did wrong, as he does for all of his followers. You see, we're all ranked. I'm number 472. But if I do better, maybe in a week I'll be 471.
Well,
do
I'm
have
glad you're
pyramids
happy
in
with your lot
Avonlea.
and laugh.
It's just more of like a scheme.
Yeah, that's right.
But we are going to take our break right now as we leave our protagonists with their meeting from the captain to have some dinner and prepare for their expedition, which really should not leave tomorrow bright and early because that'll make it much harder to navigate. But that is all up on you all. We're going to take it, stretch your legs, hydrate, and we will be back in 10 minutes, everyone. In 10. And we are back, everyone. We're back. Hi. I hope you all had a lovely time on the break and that you stretched your legs and all of that. And we are back. We had everybody get to meet each other. There were some awkwardnesses, super awkwardnesses. And I believe there are a couple of things that need to happen before you go off into the desert. The first is that we made a language map. A Venn diagram of all of the languages so that we know who can speak to each other and who cannot. Why? Because we are nerds. That's that. But I believe there were a couple of things. You all were sort of sent off to have a lovely dinner with each other, but I believe there were a couple of things. One, because you were not here at the moment, Simon, the captain wanted to give you the ability as a cleric of the old gods to induct Malinalli into the worship of one of the old gods yourself rather than have one of her people to do it. Because like she is trying to repair relationships and give you that space. So there is a space there for that to happen. But also I remember that Justicia wanted to speak to the captain right after everybody was leaving, if I recall correctly.
Malinalli, me.
No, I think Justicia said she wanted to speak to the captain, yes?
I didn't say.
Yeah, there was no. It was Malinalli.
Other way around.
Let's talk about a different matter.
Okay. So as everybody's about to head, everyone's heading out. There is a small tavern, which is called the last drink, or the last drop is what it's called. Malinalli sort of hangs back, I believe.
Yes. Into the captain. Although, like, yes, I wanted to speak to you about, it was actually about, Justicia, actually, to ask if an elf had come in. However, that's still, there's still more I can discuss. It's clear that Justicia and I know each other from an outreach program to the Avalonia decades ago.
You seem to be very well acquainted.
Yes, we have spoken for 20 years now, although, I mean, as you imagine, communication is slow from Ur all the way to the city where she is from in Avonlea. However, I have been made aware of how the Avalonians treat the elves and anyone who is not human, which is why it was a high priority once I learned about it to get Justicia here into the Summerlands. And yet I was here to await her so we could get her away from that. But I now see that you are aware of this smuggling, as you put it, that happens between the countries.
It is a very difficult situation to find oneself in. And I understand that it is forbidden for us to go into the desert, but if we don't do this, I don't know how we will stop whatever is coming. Or at least learn what it is.
It is a cause I would learn to care about. I, unfortunately, much like Justicia, I have found myself in a situation where I do not have enough funds to return back to the city, let alone myself, but with both of us. So it was a plan to find a way to make money here while I waited, and it's just serendipitously we are here at the same time. I suspected I was to wait here for weeks, depending on how her end of things went. However, she is not the only one who wishes to come here. I'm sure you're aware even more than I am as to what is happening there, as our communication was monitored by her keepers.
Yes.
This is, but her family is still there. And it is people we wish to bring still here, so it is why my stay was going to be long. But I wish to speak to you if you had seen Justicia, but now I see we may have a better avenue to maybe finding a way to get her family over as well.
There is a smuggler that travels this route. There is sadly only one route between the spine, so it is very difficult, and they patrol it very heavily. It's not easy getting people in and out, but they do bring regular supplies of water and food that they charge us an inappropriate amount for, as the Avonians are wont to do, but that's all right. We charge them quite a lot for 50 feet of rope, and also 10-foot pole. Friendly. We have to be very careful, because they have their eyes, they have their own people. They have made it illegal for those who are not nobles to come here anymore. Those who have already been here can stay, but they seem to make it very limited who is and is not allowed to come. Only those of their most prestigious. So we have to be very careful about not aggravating things.
Of course, I understand that. It is why this was not official business.
No, but that said, I am a half-orc, and I take that with pride. And I will not let people suffer in bondage if I can help it. I just need to keep my post as captain, which means I thank you very much not to bring this yet to the God Queen until we can find out what exactly is happening. That would be appreciated.
Of course. I understand the need for discussion.
Yes. Giving up the gods is difficult and strange. I myself have not yet done it. It would not do well in my position to do so. Those who make this sacrifice, it is important. I don't think switching back is very possible. Gods get upset. They're very touchy. And having a god that is limited to a place no one can be in is difficult, but you are not a priest, so it should perhaps be all right for you. It is serious to do this, but it will allow you to be part of the resurrected and go into the cursed desert and maybe help save, I don't know, all of us.
You do not have to sell me on this, Captain. I appreciate the peach. It is a selfish reason I do so. It may be stupid and ill-advised, but I cannot allow Justicia to go, and even if it is in only a pyramid that is not dangerous, the travel alone, I understand, is still one with many dangers. I cannot allow her to come and be free here in the Summerlands only to die in the desert that is cursed by the gods.
Listen, as you are a Summerlander like me, and she pulls out this map, and it is the map that I have given you as a handout, but I will show you all this map here. It is a map that sketches out this, what the pyramid looks like. It's a 40-foot base. It's like 50 feet, almost 60 feet tall. There are 3 floors, and this is clearly a map that's been drawn by maybe her other sort of group of resurrected. And she says, this is the map itself of this pyramid. 3 floors, and I have one more map, and then she will hand you the map where the pyramid itself is marked. So here is this the map of our area. This is us where we are, Kur-Sag, and you can see to the southwest is where the Grey Pyramid is. We've placed a marker halfway, which will help you navigate, but that is what we have. The road to Troy is out there to the east. Of course, up north is to Kurnim. You've come through Kurban, I'm certain, and on your way through up here to us. But this map here will help you navigate to where the Grey Pyramid is. And then, of course, we have this map of the pyramid itself. I suppose what I should tell you is, and of course, you please feel free to share these maps with the rest of the guides. The Bonian nobles don't need to have this map. The doorway has a lever to it you must push, but it is trapped. If you do not disarm this trap, it will spikes everywhere from the floor. So make sure that you disable this trap. You can also say, look, we found this. It will show how wise and you are. Don't tell them. This trap always resets, though. But this said, something curious. Skeletons keep showing up inside this pyramid whenever we've sent a team of resurrected there. We don't know how they get in there because the tomb is sealed when we leave it. The tomb itself, the pyramid, is in the center of a lost city. It's a very, very small city. Mostly it's all buried. And even if there are undead skeletons, ghouls, that sort of thing in the area, they should not be able to get into the pyramid. So we're not certain how these skeletons continue to be there. We've cleared it out. When they come back in, more skeletons arrive. If you could figure this out, that would be interesting, but none of us have so far figured it out. But I give you these maps as you and I are both Summerlandian of the New World, so it makes only sense that I would. And you are, after all, an officiant, so it makes sense that I would give this to you.
Of course, I will keep it safe, and where only certain eyes can see it.
Thank you.
Thank you
wish we were
for
not
this.
so... Of course, I wish we were not so reliant on the Avonians for food and water, but since the well has failed, we rely now only on our cisterns, and that is not the best.
Of course. It's just as a question, why do we not rely more on... Hold on. I have the name. It's like Kartosh or something like that. Yeah, Kartosh. Is it too far from Kur-Sag?
We do. We get as much as we can, but there are 36 posts that need supplies, and we are in some of the farthest place, so whatever we can do to relieve the pressure makes it a bit easier. I mean, normally what happens is that we've relied on the wells that we have on our cisterns so that we don't need as much water from supplies. That gives us more survivability. But with our ground well and the food we grow now being poisoned, we are going to need to make up that shortfall. So,
of course, I am not envious of your position.
Thank you. I am the only half-orc commander of one of these outposts, and I take that very seriously.
You're doing a commendable job. It is not easy just in general to be someone who is posted out here in one of these outposts, let alone being the one who has to be diplomatic with those of Avonlea.
Yes. This is not for the well, maybe the God Queen can know this. Their commander, Lord Murdstone, has brought in more of his soldiers and his knights to patrol his area, and he has mentioned how their Prince Richard has many forces that could come over the mountain if there were any troubles.
That is very concerning.
Yes.
For those here.
So, we cannot have any troubles.
No. Is there anything you would wish for me to send to as a message back?
Yes, but we can discuss that when you come back from the expedition. Don't let the Avonians, pee on everything.
I will do my best to make sure they are reined in. Language barrier and all.
Also, you are a diplomat. I would hope you might be able to help me. Synnomin Shu'garr, the translator, seems to be quite talented with these things as well. I need to come up with a very good letter to the God Queen that maybe she can hear, and maybe with time we can work on something that will be effective.
I would be happy to help.
Thank you. Thank you. And she takes both of your hands, right? In a big, warrior to warrior, we did not have the best charisma ever, so thank you so much, you know what I mean? Type.
Absolutely. Well, I must go and choose a new god, it seems.
Yes, go have dinner with this group. If your group, your guides, you will have to rely on each other for your lives out there. So, bond.
Of course. It seems it's an interesting group.
The Summerlands and the God Queen Lydia will always remember you.
Of course. And with that, I will take my leave.
It is the Last Drop, a tavern that is where a not last meal, it might seem like it, but a free meal has been set out. The ancient Sumerians actually paid people in food. They didn't they were like, that's one of the things they did. So there is, and a lot of this is about tabs are kept, right? Sort of tabs are often kept a bit more than cash. But food has been reserved for you. And this whole group of 5 find yourself at this table together. In this tavern, there is, I will note, there are no gnomes on this side of Erda's Spine, and there are no orcs on the other side of Erda's Spine. So you don't actually have many gnomes. You're not going to see a lot of gnomes here. But there is a dwarven person who is the barkeep, who has like set up like a really wonderful setup for you all with like grapes and bread, olive oil, some cheeses, some hummus, some really nice, a lot of like pepperoncini, right? Like really nice hot peppers that you can have, some ants that are sort of chocolate covered. There's some really nice hot chocolate. Like, it is very spicy. The hot chocolate, of course, has cinnamon in it. It is a really, really nice spread that has way more spices than salt. And there's also some nice, like, chicken that is also there. It is a really wonderful, wonderful feast for you all. And also some mead.
Is there really not a fork?
I don't know what that is, darling.
A fork. It's an implement to eat. It looks rather like a trident. A very small trident. What? How does
pick
one
it up? She like
what
picks
do you
up
call
a grape.
this hummus? How does one eat hummus?
But
with
use the
one's
peppers. Take the pepper, you dip it like this,
No,
and she'll.
those are fire. Do not
But they're
eat
not.
those. Those are dangerous.
Those aren't even close to being fire.
Those might kill you.
I assume
They really
that,
won't.
Sorry. Am I to assume that Doyle is like pointing at the peppers?
Yeah.
While this is
This
happening?
is all in Avonian because that's the only
Yeah,
language
I
she
don't
speaks.
understand really, but I can see, I can
Yes.
feel the fear
Yes.
in his voice,
Feel the
right? And
fear.
pointing at the pepper. I'm just gonna go in, reach and grab a whole handful of it and just.
See, he's totally fine. You should try it. I promise you're gonna like it.
He's made of steel.
Not quite, but
Is there anything here that's
Bland?
normal?
yeah, all of this is a really normal spread.
There are these little bowls, little small glass bowls of what looks like a sauce. It's red.
This is probably a drink.
Oh,
God!
yes. No. Could you make a Constitution roll for me?
I probably can't.
Should probably explain the spread
Is it-
to him.
Is it like
Let's
the
see.
people thinking that the tea they bring you at your table is like to wash your fingers with?
Yeah. Yep.
And
just
Justicia is like sitting by a window closer to and like saving a seat next to her and hasn't started eating yet. It's just kind of like
What is your Constitution?
14. Hold on. I can't. You can't just click it, huh? Sorry, I'm D20 on my.
You have to click the word.
Oh, the
Yes.
word con. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
con.
You do survive. It is hot. That is not a beverage. It is some kind of like hyper spicy chutney is what this is.
Why is there no ice?
What is ice?
we are
Ice
in a
is cold. It's
desert.
soothing. It's
Water?
frozen water.
water and ice have nothing to do with each other.
Does the concept of like frozen even occur to Synnomin? Like that's not like we live in a desert. I understand it gets cold, but like
You know frost. You know frost.
Okay,
And sometimes you'll get like usually like you might get like a frost overnight when it gets really cold, but will often burn off in the it's one of the most beautiful things
By like
you'll
9
have.
a.m.
Yeah, it's like this moment where like it gets really, really cold, everything frosts over, and in the morning you can see it all sort of burn off and the beautiful kind of mist sort of comes up. It's not so beautiful when you're really deep into the cursed desert because it's bad. But
yeah, water is bad.
Because water's bad. Then it starts getting greenish and strange looking, and you don't like that. But if you can stay mostly out of that really sort of deep radiated zone, which mostly you do, because why would you go in there? It can be quite nice, right? When like, because little flowers will like bloom and then dissipate like almost immediately, right when it becomes when the sun gets hot. But it's but there's like
you're barely touching the free food.
I'm waiting for
and you
everyone.
have to touch it.
I will be touching. I'm waiting for everyone to get here.
Mm-hmm.
We're still missing Malinalli.
Oh, which one? The green one.
The other elf.
Right, the other elf.
Yes.
Well, wonderful. I'm told this is not a drink.
No, it does not. It doesn't look quite viscous enough. It looks more too viscous to be a drink, rather.
It's a dipping sauce.
I've learned that now.
Good.
The chicken is fairly safe. Maybe a little too much flavor.
It's like a paprika chicken, you know? It's got some really nice, like imagine like maybe a nice hot tandoori, you know what I mean?
I'm so conflicted. Free food, and yet I don't know how to eat it. It's like
I said already,
with
just
your hands.
pick it up.
Yeah, no, that's not how people eat.
Yes, it is. It's the only way people eat.
I mean, maybe a sandwich. A sandwich is 2 pieces of bread.
I'm well aware of what a sandwich
is.
is.
Adjust like the plate and napkin just a little bit more for Malinalli's spot, just to like get it like nice, smooth out the
pick
cushion.
it up. I promise it won't hurt you. Just grab that right there. It's not hot. I promise. Just pick it up with your fingers. Put it a little bit. It's delicious. I promise. Just try it.
Well, I vanquished.
It gives a nice little pop. It's delicious.
This would be when Malinalli arrives.
Yeah.
Some chocolate-covered ants and also dates.
Oh.
Yes.
Speaking of dates.
I'm just like, pat at the seat next to me.
I will walk by and I'll grab one of the peppers as I walk by and sit down.
And
in
recognize some of these
Orcish,
things via description from our letters, but I'd love if you could explain to me and tell me your favorites.
oh, of course, I'd be happy to. And
well, let's see. It's a round table. It's a round table. It seems to me, because this is like our marching order, right? It's our table marching order, that Justicia has Malinalli next to her on one side, and then also, I would assume, Doyle Leland on the other side, which would sort of mean that Synnomin and Marduk have to sit next to each other.
Yeah, it's just, do you want to sit next to an Avonian or an elf? Good question.
I would rather sit next to the elf than the Avonian.
Yeah, I imagine Synnomin is sitting next to Doyle. Yeah, as the translator.
When you all sit down, the dwarf who is running the tavern stands up on top of the bar and shouts out in Summerlandian. So those of you who do not speak Summerlandian have no idea what is being said.
If he swears, I'll know what that is.
We just look at Synnomin.
I look at Malinalli.
And the person says, "Everyone, we are here in the presence of the third group of resurrected. These 5, and the dwarf points to you with a hand gesture, and everyone looks at you all. These 5 will be delving into the desert next to those Avonian outsider barbarians to keep our culture safe and to keep all of the Summerlands safe. We salute you, resurrected, for your great, huge sacrifice and the dangers you are about to face going into the cursed desert from whence almost no one arrives back unchanged. And people start stomping their feet on the ground and stomping their glasses on the tables, and this song erupts. It is a song it is an old song, so if you speak Old Sumu, you almost understand it because it's like old enough that it's like in that translation space, right? You know, between the two languages of Summerland and Old Sumu. And it is this song that is clearly like, imagine like a Viking song that is about going off to war and fight and die. But they... You know when people are like, should old acquaintance be forgotten, never brought to mind? Like, not all those words are words that modern Americans actually know what they mean, right? So it's one of these things where they're singing this song, which they got the general spark of like, it's a great song to honor heroes, where those of you who actually speak ancient Sumu are like, oh, this is like, we who are about to die salute you. And I don't think they get all of that, right? It's like slightly in the range between drinking song and like, you're going to go off into a big battle song. And they all, like the people here, like there are almost no, and as you look, especially you, Doyle, there are no Avonians in this bar. This is not a bar that Avonians go to. You are the only Avonians here. There might be like 1 or 2 demi-human Avonians who are in the bar in the corner, but everybody sort of cheers you all on as you're about to go off to do something very, very dangerous as they all sing to you.
When the stomping starts, Doyle like looks at the exit and starts to like slide his chair away from the table.
And I just hand on back a chair to keep you from this.
It's
Not that
fine.
it's gonna do
They're
much.
just celebrating us because we're about to go off into the desert. This is tradition.
Yeah, by the time that dumbass said that nobody ever comes out of the desert unchanged or whatever the fuck, Marduk left. I'm going outside. I need some fresh air, and I need to not be next to city folks, because goddamn.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's right. They're hitting a whole song about how terrible it is to go to where your home is, right? Like, that's just your home, right? And they're just like, oh, going to that place is so dangerous. It's the bad neighborhood. Who would ever go there?
Me and 4 guys came out of the desert like 2 days ago, and they're going back in, and they're going to come back like in a few months. And the only difference is minus horses plus money.
Yeah.
Synnomin is gonna like wait 5 minutes after Marduk left, and then like lean into Justicia for a second. And just, hey, do you mind just translating for him for a couple minutes? I'm gonna go outside for a little bit.
As long as it's not Summerlandian, I can do that. Yes.
Yeah, that's. I'll be back. I promise.
Okay. Yep.
Look,
all right, thank you.
Justicia, I'm eating with my hands. It's hummus.
We're so proud. So impressive. As I like rip off a little pita and scoop.
The Twitch did that.
I go see if I can find Marduk.
Oh, Twitch clip that. Oh my goodness. And I will note that there is you are all okay. There's like, if there were an Avonian who wasn't considered part of the group, they probably wouldn't have the best reception at this bar, you know? But you all are in the group, so it's fine.
Does
Leland
it seem
is
like
a human.
Doyle
is a human, so...
When Doyle says stuff like with eating with the hands, does it seem like anyone understands him and is laughing at him? Or does it seem like language barrier?
There are some demi-humans here who are probably Avonian refugees.
Yeah, well, the same, but like...
yeah. And they kind of just they understand what there are people here who understand Avonian, not a lot, because most of the people here are not Avonian. I will also note, just for the record, this is
I don't know how close they are to my vicinity. If there's anyone, like, if I could have a quiet conversation.
You could. They're not like you've been given kind of like a special spot because this is like kind of a big deal. What y'all are doing. I will also note that Kur-Sag has a lot of orcs and half orcs who are stationed here. Yeah. It seems to be one of the places where it's friendlier for...
Orc is just gonna get me pretty far here. That's great.
Yes, it will.
So
there are quite a lot of them. That said, Malinalli is here. The person you wanted to speak to just left, and Synnomin, you also left. Is that correct?
Yes. I may have walked outside and started looking for Marduk. Weird.
Marduk is currently standing on the corner of this establishment, trying to scratch his back on the building corner.
You know that ain't gonna do nothing for you, sweetheart. These permanent buildings aren't like the tents back home.
They're soft. Like the people who live here.
That's very true.
You let them talk shit about our home like that?
I ain't gonna change their mind, so why bother?
Aren't you not proud of where you're from?
Of course I am. Doesn't mean other people are. You know how they see us.
Yeah.
You catch more flies with honey than with vinegar.
Is that why you started working for them?
Part of it. I got some flies to catch. What are you doing here, Marduk?
Working.
Didn't think you took work outside the desert. Your mama send you?
Mother sent me, yes.
Mm-hmm. How did I know?
I don't think she knew you were here, though.
Darling, nobody knew I was here. I don't think she would have sent you here if she did know I was.
No. I don't think you were.
I didn't plan to be. This just kind of happened recently, to be quite honest.
Were you, ever planning on visiting the circle again? I mean, your mother left, but...
Did she? That's a surprise.
Why? 2 weeks after you. She left during the day.
Gotcha. I had no plans to go back.
I guess after we're done here, I'm heading back home.
Gotcha. That is your prerogative. Where you belong, I suppose.
And I suppose you figure you belong in these soft, round homes and these burnable abominations.
I don't belong anywhere, sweetheart. That's the joy of me.
It's not true.
I do what I'm told. And right now, this is where I'm told to be.
Sometimes I wish we could do not what we're told.
Yeah, that'd be great, wouldn't it? But that's not laugh, unfortunately.
Okay, this is bugging me. Can you just scratch my back?
Yeah, turn around. I see you wiggling over there. Come here.
Could you give me a roll, Cinnamon?
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Give me a save.
Okay. What kind of save?
Save versus spell, I feel like, is probably the way to go.
What?
What the fuck is going on?
What is happening?
Nothing.
How do I
The
how do I
fuck
do
is
that?
this sword?
Nothing.
Wait,
So
how do
under your, it says save versus spells under your saves. Total, just click the word spells.
Huh?
It's under abilities. Abilities and saves is the next category.
On your character sheet.
Or above attacks. Yeah.
Okay, I see abilities.
Look for the next category down.
Yeah, then it's like speed
The next
movement,
bullet.
and then right after that is
Saves?
saves.
Yeah, saves.
Oh.
Oh, yeah,
Okay, so versus spells, you said?
Yes, please. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Nice.
8.
So, Marduk.
I mean, the sword can't jump out of the scabbard by itself.
No,
Come on.
it cannot. Marduk, you get this bad vibe. It's like you're in the presence of evil. And that evil is Cinnamon. And there's this feeling of... It's not your feeling, right? Like, you know it's not your feeling.
Yeah.
But you're feeling it. Like, as she scratched your back right where your sword is, this, like, feeling of, like... Evil must be smote, just like...
I spin around and I go, what are you doing?
Scratching your back like you asked me to. Why are you yelling at me?
I need to be alone.
Fine.
And he's
I'll go
gonna
back inside.
stomp away. Yeah.
Yes, everyone.
Oh, this is going to suck.
I did roll, and that sword is an intelligent sword. It just isn't intelligent enough to speak with words, but it can speak with feelings, and it certainly has feelings.
Oh no.
About evil.
This
about
is gonna be
evil.
great.
Or X's. We don't know. It can't talk to us.
Or X's. Yeah.
So I get the feeling that this is going to be an anime called My Sword is Jealous of My Ex.
Yes, that is correct. But also it is a blinged out sword. Yes, it is. So, let me ask you all.
I'm going to go play with my sword by myself.
But you do have a duty to do, which is to
Shit. Balls.
induct Malinalli.
But I have to do that before tomorrow.
Hopefully you have a few more days.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. Just not right now. Let me brew.
Brew,
Also,
yeah,
I need
yeah,
to.
yeah.
It's
I need
okay.
to
I'm
pass these
distracted.
peppers.
And it's not something I really want to do. So, like, I'm dragging my feet a little bit anyways.
Yeah, Sin, she doesn't storm, but she just kind of, stomps back in a little bit and looks a little miffed, and then just sits back down at the table and is totally fine.
Just real quick, while Cinnamon is gone, I'm just gonna quietly put some less spicy food, push it towards our dear Guizar.
Lord Guizarm.
Lord Guizarm and so I just think you might want to know that there's a certain noble person who's asked my parents to tell me, well, parents, the family, to tell me to get back the lucky charm that you stole. Little
Well, I don't know what you're talking about.
20-sided die.
You know I play cards, I don't play dice.
No, you don't play dice, but you do have sticky fingers sometimes. I think I ever noticed.
I can tell you.
And it doesn't matter if you do have it or not. It's the fact that he thinks you do. I personally don't care.
That's a fair point. Look, I mean, he sent you to find me, and you're not going back.
I'm the least, I'm the most expendable person of the, family, Ambrose family. So they sent me, and I very happily accepted to my solemn duty. But see, the thing is, they're expecting me to do my due diligence and research, and I figure we could do it. I scratch your back, you scratch mine. Exactly. I think we could do it. We scratch each other's backs, kind of thing.
Yes.
Whereas
a lot of back scratching going on.
So it would seem. Whereas I just send a correspondence back saying, I'm on your trail, it's so difficult, you're just always one step ahead, and they think I'm so incompetent that it'll work for at least several months. And you can help me.
Wait, no, they think I'm a master criminal.
Yep, that's two. It's just a bad combination of getting things done. And I was thinking, there's my kin is back home, and I'm thinking you can perhaps, you've got good work making connections here. We can maybe grace some palms, talk to some nobles, convince them to wait 3 days before we go out in the desert initially, because we have to survive this in order to keep living and keep.
We've got bread. We don't need to worry. We've got bread.
I think the bread's for the curse. There's still other things out there.
So we need more. Wait, is there other bread?
No, but we just have to be somewhat competent for that.
I'd rather have the bread.
But see, the thing is, if we con nobles here and then send them back, they'll say we've done great work and then die from the curse, hopefully. So, it's not on us. And we get all their money, especially if you manage to weasel right into their wills.
Well, that's a long, involved process.
And we're going to be here for a while. Because you can't really get back through that checkpoint. I'm just going to say it right now.
Of course. Look, Justicia, you know that I have no small fondness for you, and your family has shown me almost kindness, which I think is about as good as they get.
I think it's about as good as they get. I
mean, they like me more than they like you.
It's very true, they do. They thought we were betrothed or something, and I was like, no! I know, that was my face. I was the same thing. It's like, oh.
I always imagined myself with someone taller, really.
Yep.
Less willowy.
Yeah, well, I'm an elf, and I never imagined myself with a human, so, there we are. Just simple as that.
So, the other elf, you two know each other?
Sitting here. You know how it's in the,
Yeah.
the Elvish Pen Pal program.
Which is right there.
Malinalli's just
it's all elves know each other.
Yep.
Yep.
Wait, you all? Oh, really?
No, we don't. We don't all know each other. That's a terrible racial stereotype.
But the fact that it just so happens.
Well, I mean,
the Elven Cultural Exchange program that my family put me into because they wanted good correspondence for the elves here to tell them how great life was in Avonlea.
And how nobody's oppressed.
And how nobody suppressed the fake propaganda. Well, I've been exchanging letters with Malinalli for about 20 years now.
So, you've been writing the other elf for almost as long as I've been alive.
That is correct, yes. I forget you're so young.
So,
to accomplish so many feats, we'll call them, in such a short amount of time.
Is this like a will they, won't they thing? What, I mean...
Look, and would blush a little, I don't know how it's going to go. I only met them in person today. So if you don't mind, I'd like to...
Look,
Malinalli, I just need you to know right now that Justicia is blushing right now, having this conversation right next to you.
And it's all very
with
quiet. It's a very quiet,
Doyle.
like hushed.
and I keep
In that
almost
moment, I'll notice just like an uncomfortableness coming from Justicia, and I'll put my hand on your arm,
Blush
and
increases.
in Elvish, I'll say,
I'm making a wisdom roll.
are you okay? Are you okay? Is the food okay?
Just clearing
Is it
up, just
affecting
clearing up
you?
some things. Oh no, the food's great. Actually, I really like the hummus. Yes.
Just, I'm gonna scratch your back, and I'm gonna go to the bar. You two talk.
I like this plan. Great. And then spin around to give Malinalli my full attention. This Avonia doesn't exist anymore. Just.
No, I'm going to
Is
the
he
bar
okay?
and try to, like, haggle for free drinks. Because we're heroes. No, we're heroes. You said it. You said
Is he okay to go off and
Oh, he might get
be on his
stabbed.
own?
He'll probably be fine. Synnomin should be back soon. I'm not his keeper.
Synnomin walks in and sees that
I just
Doyle
point-
is by the bar.
I just point.
Yeah, I've got it. It's wrong accent. Goddamn. I go
Yeah,
to the
you've
bar.
got this. You've got this, girl.
I got this. There we
You
go.
got this.
All the accents. I just keep grabbing all of the different ones.
I'd love for you to show me all your
wrong
favorites.
unless we do it.
All of my favorites. Well, they're not all here, but I am a fan of, and I'll pick up a hard cheese that's there. It's like I do enjoy this with a little bit of, and I'll dip it in one of the milder sauces that's not spicy.
And there's also honey too. I mean, like
flavorful.
it's nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then I put a little bit of spice blend on top of it, and I say I do enjoy these as a snack, and I'll turn it around and offer it to you.
And like a little color in the cheeks, and well, if this is what you fancy, I'm sure I'll like it as well.
Was your trip okay? Did you find any trouble?
There was very heavy security at the border, and I noticed they were looking for one person in particular, really, really, really diligently with spears, and also stabbing in goods and such. And there was people hiding in one of the wagons, and so I ran interference. I helped smuggle people into the Summerlands.
Well, that's
They were elves.
very noble.
I
You
felt
did it.
it was like, it was such a rush. But also I was terrified that it wasn't going to work, but somehow I talked my way through it. I felt really bad, though. I did have to insult the poor elvish driver a lot, but they didn't
sure they
stab
forgive
anyone
you.
through the floorboards. And the elf woman who was responsible for smuggling them gave me a very, I think it's too expensive necklace, and I don't know, it's like a thank you. She said she'd find me later, and I don't. How are things expressed here in the Summerlands? I don't want to seem ungrateful or too. We've exchanged letters, but being in person, it's been a very not overwhelming, but it's been an experience.
Well, it seems
Cultural
that
differences.
one of the biggest changes that I've noticed is
Do I need to give her something back?
No. Here in the Summerlands, a lot of our payment is with things. We don't really give monetary coin
Or very ridiculously
exchange for
flowery
things.
language.
Yeah, so
Oh, good.
it's
Quite like it
exchanges are
here.
just things are just normal. Things from your letters, they just seem very difficult.
It's a lot of
Avalonians seem to make
roundabout
everything
double
difficult.
meanings to things.
Yes, no, things are very not always direct. People, still lie and have double meanings in their words, but it is not, at least what I operate. It is straightforward. We say what we want and what we feel, and what we're willing to do to get the things we want.
So very bold.
It seems that it's things are a little more shy.
Well, you just repress everything.
I mean,
if you
even
care
though
about
once
something, you don't let anyone know, because that means that they'll try to use it against you or try to take it from you.
that seems very tiring.
It's exhausting.
Oh,
While that's happening, I just want
to worry here.
Bring up something, Marduk.
And we just get like a little leaning closer a little bit as we talk.
Yeah.
You're outside brooding, yeah?
Yeah.
Two things. One, there's loud singing, off key. There are about 4 or 5 Avonian knights who are drunk, wandering through the streets, in the way that if you've ever been in a military town, you know exactly what this is. They are drunk, they're disrespectful, and they're ridiculous, as they're sort of like they like wandering down like they own the place. These 5 sort of like passing by, they sort of catch your attention because they are those guys. You don't know what they're saying.
Yeah, they're being followed now.
You don't know what they're saying, but it's probably best that you don't.
I'm going to keep an eye on them.
That said, there is something else that might take your attention away from them.
Okay.
As you follow them, right? You're about to follow them and you're going. The bar, the last drop, is actually quite near the well. And it is late. Many people have retired for the evening. You've got the watch way up in the tower. You've got these Avonian knights who are like wandering back towards the Avonian quarter, speaking in some language you don't understand in ways that seem probably irritating. And as you're following them, you pass the well. And as you're passing by the well, you hear from inside the well. And the boards that are covering it up start getting pushed as if something inside the well is trying to get out.
The sword comes out?
The sword glows, of course. Because
Orcs.
magic
Shit,
swords
orcs are near.
And no, magic swords in AD&D always glow. It's the rule. And it glows, and you realize in this moment, you are alone. This well, which is actually, pretty big circumference, has some things trying to get out. And you can hear the bar behind you that you just came out of, where Synnomin sort of stomped back in after you had that kind of weird, icky feeling. They're in there. The Avonians are now far down the street. And you are alone as you can hear multiple things bounding and pushing and trying to get out.
But I am not alone, I think to myself as I wrap my holy symbol of Inanni around the guard of the sword.
And that is the end of our session. We end with everyone feeling really good. There is one thing I need to note. Hey, Doyle, what is your charisma?
3.
A 3.
Not that bad a looker, but God, is he annoying.
Yeah, but you look good. You're handsome. I think you've got... The reason why I think you're handsome is because you had food that nobles have, which tends to make you look better than people who are peasants. So I think you're probably handsome.
I mean, I've never had the pox, if that's what you're talking about.
Well, of course, that's the thing. You've never had the pox, but that's for poor people. And you haven't got gout yet, so I think you're fine. I just want to let you know.
Too rich for pox, not rich enough for gout. Yeah.
If you want to try to convince Lord Murdstone to delay the trip, you rolled an 11 on that D20, and you can use that 11, which will be enough to get through his hesitancy.
I'll just pause here for the but.
No but.
No, there's an implicit but.
Oh.
I'm looking at it.
Doyle leans over at Synnomin and goes, "You see what's happening there, right? Young love."
Sugar pie, that's plain as day. Yeah, I see that.
Young love to a couple like 150, 170
Yeah,
year olds. Like, wow.
I think you could see that from across the desert, honestly.
I see you all with your comeliness over there. I see you all. I see you. See a French person whose last name is Icewind Dale invented comeliness. This is what Simon told me, and this is what we need to know.
No, their last name is not Icewind Dale. Let me go grab it.
Isn't it Icewind Dale in French?
It's
No.
Iswindale.
Oh no! Is yeah. His last name in French can be translated in English to something akin to Icewind Dale. Yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying.
But Icewind, not Dale. There's no vowel
Icewind.
in it, if I remember right. It's just Icewind.
Missed opportunity.
It's,
I know.
well,
right?
I mean, it's their parents. I'm not judging. The name was. Oh no! Yeah, it's Froideval. In fact, it's Cold Dale.
So,
guy named Francois invented comeliness.
Icewind Dale. So we end the session with everybody sort of like we've got some nice romance. We've got romance also with Doyle and himself. We've got some awkwardness between some will they, won't they. We've got a sword who's gonna get in the way, who has feelings. And that sword has feelings. And we have Marduk in the square outside where the bar is with something happening at the well. And that, my friend, is where we're going to end it for today, because you have to deal with this first. And then again, Doyle, you'll be able to convince them to put this off for 3 days, because you do have this very lucky D20 that has no strings.
And somehow a finger on the paw.
I mean, I wouldn't say no strings. I would just say, just anyhow, let's go around and say who we are, and then give some love and where we can find you, because they're together. The crew is together. They've learned that the curse that's happening inside of the desert is spreading, and it was getting better, and now it's not. And I'm sure that'll be fine. Yeah.
It's nothing to do with high priests dying.
High priests are dying just accidentally, I'm sure. Just accidental high priest death. And I'm sure that Nugget has nothing to do with it. Nugget, you tell us who you are.
Does Synnomin's amulet, because I'm not at a 17, I'm at a 16. Does it react at all?
It does not. You need to be a 17 before it will react, but you know what? You do gain wisdom when you get older, which means you will be eligible.
No. Doyle plans to wait when he's older.
Oh, really? And maybe also wisdom. I don't know. I can't judge. But speaking of people who are assassinating priests with wisdoms of 17, Nugget, who are you? Where can we find you next and give some love?
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Look,
nobody
I would
saw me do that.
Right, and also I would never box you in. By the way, the map that you have of the area, we're gonna be hex crawling to get there, so be prepared for that. And just so you know, I will be rolling to find out if you get off course and off track. Your odds of getting off track are doubled if you travel when the guide is not there. So I would really recommend you waiting the 3 days before you go off on your journey to the Grey Pyramid, because it's much more difficult to travel when the star of the guide is not there for you. So I would just wait. But you can totally go tomorrow.
No, we
if
got
you
the
like.
time. We're waiting.
Okay. I mean,
the monkey's paw closed. I'm getting everything I can out of it.
Okay, so Nugget, we're gonna start with you though, because you assassinate clerics with wisdom 17
Allegedly.
for fun, allegedly. And
Allegedly.
yeah. So tell us who you are, where we can find you, give some love, and how do you feel about your ex-boyfriend's new girlfriend / sword not liking you? How do you feel about it?
I Nugget love it for the drama. And Cinnamon doesn't know, so it's fine. All she knows is that out of nowhere, Marduk snapped at her, so, which she's not a fan of. Hi, I'm Nuggetasaurus. You can find me. You can find me here on Friday nights, obviously, for this game. You can also find me this upcoming Tuesday on LaughLoveLindy's channel for our Ghost Assault March campaign, which also happens to be my birthday. I get to play D&D on my birthday. I'm very excited about that.
We're cake. I always do cake.
Yes,
when it's your
we need
birthday.
cake.
Yeah.
We need cake. We're fighting things that come from the sea and are very dangerous, and may die. Who knows? We'll see. The love that I have to give, Ezra. I hate Doyle so much, but Jesus Christ, he's so entertaining. I just love the whole time we're speaking in Orcish, he's just like it's beneath him. He's just staring at the silk curtains and all of that. I love that. I'm very excited to see how Doyle gets along with the group in the long run. And love just for everybody, just for all the different dynamics in the group and all the craziness that's going to happen. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm very excited for this campaign. But yeah, that's me.
Oh, yay. So, speaking of people who are delightful, who are looking at silk curtains, who is amazing, and I can't say anything except I'm not giving my out yet, so I can't give love yet. But I'm going to just throw it to you, Ezra, because I do have love for you later, and it does involve silk curtains, but I can't say it now because that's a spoiler. Tell us who you are. Tell us where we can find you, and then give some love.
I don't know. Simon had a great curtain bit. We just cut it. It didn't make. I'm Ezra, and I play fake baseball on the internet. It's a living. It's not a living, actually. It's a hobby, a costly hobby. But it is so awesome to watch 5 incredible improvers just bounce off each other in beautiful, wonderful ways. And there was an old story about when they started Friends, they were like, oh, we never want to have these pairings because people won't like it. And then they started to realize, wait a minute, every pairing works, and so we're going to have. And I feel like that about this show, that just every single pairing is gold of either some unholy melange of comedy, pathos, and perhaps bloodthirstiness. And I can't wait to see how it all comes out and who ends up killing Doyle.
Okay, I love it. Speaking of people who might kill Doyle.
When I'm gone, who's going to be the colonial stand-in? It's you, Justicia, so you got to keep me alive.
This is true. But speaking of people who I think are likely to maybe kill Doyle, Simon, who let us know that the creator of Comeliness is actually a French guy whose name is Icewind Dale, and who I feel like must be involved somehow in the Forgotten Realms.
I forgot that half orcs had a -3 to comeliness, so my comeliness is a 7.
But but not with everybody, because it's not with, right?
Well, the homeliness of the individual will be such that initial contact will be of a negative sort, which kind of fits what happened with Doyle.
Yeah.
This negative feeling will not be strongly evidenced. High charisma will quickly overcome it if any conversation or interpersonal interaction transpires. Consider a dwarf with 16 charisma, what the fuck, and a base comeliness of 9. He or she will be at an 8 when viewed by all creatures except other dwarves, who will see him or her with a comeliness adjusted by +2 for charisma. But my charisma is not high enough, except for other half-orc. I'm at a normal. I'm plain and average for other half-orcs, apparently. I'm just saying the description that I gave of my character, clearly not average.
Right.
And I think a lot of people on the internet would agree that Oded Fair is not average.
Yeah, absolutely. But also, this particular the Summerlands don't have an automatic minus to orcs in that way. So,
well,
it
doesn't matter anyway. It's comeliness, and nobody cares about that stuff.
It's fair.
So
we need a new episode title. It doesn't matter.
I'll start with my love for tonight, because I have a lot of love for a lot of characters and a lot of players. I'm super happy that we're finally reunited, even though it took,
so
5 minutes and then the party split apart.
I tried.
Yeah, you tried.
I tried.
If language doesn't keep us apart, our own interpersonal backstories and relationships will. But my love, I'll begin with Lindy and PB. You are so cute together. Oh my god. This is like the long distance relationship finally gets to meet for the first time, butterfly in the stomachs, blah blah blah. I really hope you survive the first dungeon. But it super cute. We got an inkling of what I think we got off on the wrong foot, but that's because my ex was there. And I have to prove that I'm a strong leader figure type of thing. But keep this secret. Marduk immediately respects your devotion to your false gods. I can't wait for us to go through the scene of you switching over, but it's not going to be the same Marduk you saw, which I can't wait for. But then I decided to go commit suicide by skeleton in a well. My love to Ezra.
What makes you think they're skeletons? I mean, they are.
Because in my backstory it's written that I've been traumatized by skeletons. So the scar tissue, the scratch marks on my washboard abs were left by skeletons. So
Yeah.
They gave me extra ribbing now. Anyway,
For
Ezra.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I heard Doyle during our session 0 and our session 1.
Love it.
But the moment you entered the room, oh my god, I want so much fan art of your character and the dumb shit he says. It's just so good. You play the part of the sort of oblivious, but not really oblivious, but you're a fish out of water. Your heart might be in the right place, but oh my god, do you have so much to overcome? Oh, your heart is not in the right place. Okay. I can't wait for us to become cleric buddies, because we both have a spell that we can hold hands and then boost our levels.
Yeah.
So that's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
If it ever gets to that, because I think we need to be able to speak each other's language to be able to coordinate.
I don't know about that, because it's all very, what's the word? Divine.
Yeah. But I figured those divine prayers and stuff are done in our alignment language.
Oh, yeah, but it also doesn't say there's an alignment limit on coordination. I imagine.
No, but we would have to share a language to be hey, do you want to do this? Because I guess if I just go like this, he's not going to understand we're trying to fusion, you know?
That's why you have Synnomin there, which is not awkward.
I recently watched Project Hail Mary, and I feel the Rocky Grace situation, which is the tapping, and like, God damn it, can you Last but not least, my dear Synnomin, this is going to be such a cool campaign. I never sent Nugget any message about me going to Brood. I was hoping secretly in my mind that you would leave and find Marduk, and I'm so glad you did. Now the sword.
Uh-huh. I rolled it.
That's added an extra layer of he's a sensitive boy, but now things are even more complicated. He really did not want to yell at you. This is going to be awesome. It's going to be amazing. Thank you, thank you, Trooper, for empathy.
Yeah, I love that your excuse is the Liberace sword made me do it.
Well, it's true.
Oh, Ezra, you don't know. It is so much a Liberace sword because I had to go through it, like the personality, what it wants, you know, like if you upset it. I'm going to just note, it hasn't happened, but if we had a jeweler who looked at it, they would realize that those jewels are not original jewels to the setting. Yeah.
What do you mean they're not original to the setting?
What I mean is that whoever's had the sword has had to add jewels to this sword over time when it got mad.
The sword wanted to slip into something more fabulous.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. Some swords demand bling.
I'm going to have to teach it that less is more.
Rhinestone for the rhinestone god.
Yes. It actually thinks more is more. So
yeah, but it's sentient. If it's sentient, it can change its mind.
It has feelings, and it can let you know about those feelings depending on what you do. You know.
I'm sure we'll develop a loving relationship, and it's not going to come between me and my enemy to lover, the enemy to lover.
Yep. Mm-hmm. It will not at all. This Avonian sword that hates evil is not at all, and loves bling is not at all going to get in the way.
Down a well.
So the sword is Doyle's soulmate.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
They're so much alike.
But that was you can find me over on my channel every Thursday for Witcher. We've got a new player that came in this week actually, David. We're welcoming our new 4th player, and then we're starting chapter 3 next week. That's it.
Well, so the person who is going to who does not speak your language at all, except for Orcish, but not your main. Actually, no, you do know Ancient Sumu. So now you have 2 language that you can communicate with good old Lindy. Lindy, tell me who you are.
I took Sylvan. That's not Ancient
Oh, that's right, you didn't. Never mind, then only one. Only one.
Just Orcish. Yeah.
Just Orcish. But you know what? Orcish is a good language. There's a lot of spitting.
It's going to get me far here. It's going to get me far. I have a feeling. She's like, I'm glad I took all those extra language courses. Yay. Something good came out of that.
Remote. Yeah, so tell us who you are, where we can find you, and give some love.
Absolutely. I love that Synnomin and I are the only 2 people who speak Avonian and other languages, so we can be like, yeah, no, he totally said this, or vice versa. No, they said they're super on board with this plan. Yep. I just can't wait to see how, without talking to each other at all about this, how much we're gonna fuck with the parties who can't understand each other. So the other 3 people on this group. It'll be great. I'm so excited. That is my secret joy there. I loved how in denial our dear Doyle was about, like, I would never steal it. She's like, I absolutely know you. It's like, I'm a thief. I know you would steal. I've seen you steal things. We've stolen things probably in conjunction. We've helped each other steal things. Look, come on. But also, I don't care if you did. We're not over there. But he thinks you did. So regardless, we gotta help each other out here. Yeah, like, cool. We're gonna just lever. You have to deal. You much better at dealing with them than me. I'm much better at, I can send progress reports back so they don't send more people after you. Yeah, it's just, I liked our little quick conversation, but also the kiss on the hand to make Malinalli all jelly. That was a good touch. Can't wait to see more pot stirring. Malinalli, oh, we've exchanged letters for so long, 2 decades, which is not long for an elf, but it's long at the same time because we're young elves. We're young and we'd never met in person, and we're so cute. I love it. I can't wait for us to have known each other for more than a day, and I wonder how fast this and they were roommates and they were pen pals is going to progress, and will we die, and how fast is that going to happen, and how upset will the other one be, or maybe we both die together and we're suicide pacted. I'm ready to find out. And I loved Simon's voice for his orc. I liked the Sean Connery Bane thing he had going on. That was really, I was like, yes, this absolutely makes sense. I can picture it perfectly in my mind, this wastelander desert orc, half orc. I love it. I'm here for it. I want to know more, and I'm sorry about your sword. Your sword is making me even more worried about my amulet that I have not put on, because I'm like, this is too expensive. I don't like it. And I loved the lovely guard captain NPC. She was lovely and offered me asylum, which I accepted the second it came out of her mouth. So I'm.
That's because your elf friend Scarlet has spoken to her.
That's so great. I'm so glad I picked the right wagon to actually succeed on a roll on. It's working out good for me, and I have a feeling that I'll be talking to her again later about more details and maybe more elf smuggling. So yeah, maybe I'll just be a full-time elf smuggler, but not letting anyone know and being like, yes, I'm a noble, ha ha ha, we're establishing trade, ha ha ha, this is so good. You should just send me back from Orchard. Look how profitable this was, fam. We could do this again. Just send me back over and over and over again. I'll oversee everything. You can just kick back and relax, and we're just smuggling out elves. I don't know. That's my goal. That's my hope.
You can make a lot of money on food and water now if you wanted to sell at really inflated, terrible prices for people who are going through a curse problem.
I'm hearing good ways to smuggle out elves is if the water is all... yeah, sex. Yep. Anyways, you can find me online at laughlovelindy, not doing any smuggling because that's too much work. And I will be streaming next on my channel Tuesday night Goes to Saltmarsh, where they've been finding some aboleth created beings. They took over a warehouse. They got some information, but they've got a couple more rooms to explore. And I'm not going to say that they haven't met the boss yet, but they haven't met the boss yet. So in one of these next 2 rooms, they might find the boss monster of this map and maybe resolve a lot of things in one go. That'll be fun. And then on Wednesday, you found me on my channel GMing some Call of Cthulhu, Nightmare of Vestibux, where we've got, they're going to be heading to Ultar. Lots of cats. Don't make them mad. And they're going to be looking for a temple and then going to a library to read books. That'll be fun. Books reading goes so well in Call of Cthulhu. I'm so excited for that. And that'll be great. And they're learning how dreaming works and maybe accidentally scamming people or maybe not accidentally scamming people. They're going to fuck around to find out. And I can't wait to see it. And you find me here next week as well. That's it.
Speaking about people who maybe, if things go well, will be able to fuck around and also find out, but in a very different way. PB, who is playing Malinalli, tell us who you are, where we can find you, and give some love.
Hi, I'm PB from PBPlaysInside, where you can find me on Bluesky and Twitch. I played Malinalli today. Let me tell you, I almost never hear the last name of my characters. I really just throw it in there just as they should probably have a last name. So hearing Efficient Zid and many variations of that today, I'm just like, who are we talking about? And like going down the list of just like, no, that's not their name. That's not their name. Oh, that's me. We're talking about me. Of course. Every time. I was the gif of Who's that? I don't know. So I just love that. Thank you for using the last name because it almost never happens.
Well, you are an important officiant, so the captain is going to be respectful, you know?
Absolutely. And you know what? Thank you. I appreciate it. But today, gosh, everyone is just so cool. All the characters are so fun, and I am just constantly reminded that this is a very deadly system. And I'm just like, there's so many cool characters, and the chances that at least one of us dies is so high.
Well, we're gonna start with the combat.
Sad when they die.
We're gonna start with the combat next session.
Apparently, there's a skeleton in the well.
I mean,
I think
Simon did guess.
Some of us are going to start with a combat next session.
Yeah, I'm inside eating with my pen pal actually. So like, I'm pretty safe right now.
Like, here, try this.
Yeah, it's like try this. And that said, I am obsessed with it's just like the like not even duality, it's like tripality that you're having to do as Justicia or Justicia. Just like like this as well. Justicia. I choose more of a Spanish accent because every time I see Justicia, which means justice in Spanish, I read it as Justicia. Yeah. Maybe. But
I just made my half-orc Russian because I just felt like that's just what needed to happen, I guess. You know what I mean? Like that's just it.
It feels right.
Yeah.
I love just this difficult position you have found yourself in, of just like, this is what I want to be doing, this is what I'm stuck doing, and this is a loose end I have to tie a knot in. And I'm just obsessed with just seeing all the faces of Justicia as we play through this, along with, you know, finally meeting my pen pal at long last. All the letters we've sent, all two of them to one another.
It's been dozens in the fake world. Just two in real life.
Yeah, so many. And I just love just Synnomin, just like, oh right, I'm the translator, right. I'm just let me get in on that real quick. Yeah, of course, that's my job here, not to kill anybody. What? And I love just Marduk's, just how much you just don't want to be here, and I'm obsessed with that. I respect it so much. You say that Malinalli has only seen one side of Marduk, and I mean, she didn't take it to heart. You know, Summerlandians hear a lot about people in the Summerlands or in the Cursed Desert, so like, she's knows what to not expect and what to expect, and how much grace one needs to give.
I mean, they do live in a cursed desert, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. It's a hard life. And I've only been in the desert for like, what, 100 days?
And in desert, you've got no problem.
As long as your desert's not the cursed
100 days, I
one.
already hate it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm like in that situation where a lot of people are in all over the world, where it's been like really hot the entire abnormally for them, and they're getting like really cranky about it. Like that's just where I'm at, and I'm like, well, certainly if people live in this all the time, they must be cranky all the time.
Yeah.
But I love Marduk as a character so much, and I'm obsessed with the fact that your sword is now an empath and talking to you, and I think that's can only have been the best outcome for what you rolled on that sword for Marduk in particular. Because I can't. That's gonna just be a never-ending content machine, and
There's
I'm
also
very
just
excited
more
for
about the sword that Marduk doesn't know yet, but that's cool.
There is a specific type of sword. I don't know if it was in first edition, but there's a specific type of sword that really, really hates evil.
The Holy Avenger? Oh, that's certainly in first edition.
Yeah, but in the other editions, it doesn't show up as a Holy Avenger unless you're a paladin. But it's got everything else that goes with it. If only I was a paladin.
Yeah. As long as you don't do anything to upset your sword, it won't take you over. So that's cool.
Oh, I'm sure that'll never happen. And Ezra, just man, I fucking hate your character in the best way, and I love that. I'm very excited to see. I'm just so fascinated to see what's gonna happen with your character. I think yours is the most foretold ending for what it's going to happen to your character, but it's just like, how are we going to get there? And I'm so excited to find out. And Trooper is just always, gosh, I love the story, the setting, and just this like looming you're gonna die energy you have going on in the background for all of us. And I'm very excited to see how that all comes about.
You know, it's just, I was just like, oh, wait a minute. If they're well, and of course the captain has to keep it secret that the well has failed because people are going to panic if their well is not going to work anymore. You know what I mean? Like, that would be some bad times. Bad times. So, you know, I'm excited for all of that. I'm excited for all of that. I'm troopersjp. And before I say anything, I'm going to check to see if we had any messages, because I don't forget those things. I sometimes forget those things, but I won't forget them right now. And we did. We got 500 bits from Hawkeye, who says, wait. Hawkeye speaks in an old-timey radio voice. That's just how it is. Our Summerland summer stream is back. We need more summer people. Donna Summer, Summer Glow, Elke Summer. We do need all of those summer people. We need every single one of them. And I love to love you, baby. Also, thank you so much for those bits. And then we got 100 bits from Dren, who is also really wonderful, who says, as the Summerlands turn, like sands through the desert, the cursed desert, these are the days of our lives. Crit Twitch notes that while not a sanitation expert, he's pretty sure that the well isn't healthy, and I feel like that is true. That's real true, my friends. So thank you, everybody who gave us tips and bits. Thank you so much, by the way. Voidsmoker just put out some new fan art, and I'm very excited. We'll have to put it into our what do you call it? Our break slideshow. I'm troopersjp. The next RPG you can find me on will be on Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, where I will be in Fate of Taormina, where I'm playing a soldier who's retired, but not really, who can't retire. And I'm going to give my love. So I want to give my love in this order. Ezra, I love the ways in which you are present. This is like, for me, these are like the best players who are present even when they're not speaking. You know, like when people were speaking Orcish, you were so present, and like it made your character come alive in such a wonderful way. But the big love is for when you're like, look, we can just pull the wool over all of these people, because of course the captain doesn't know. He was assuming that you're just like one of them. But when you're like, oh, you're okay with cheating them? You're okay. All right. Okay. You're not going to be a problem. This will be great. So I wanted to give you so much love for that, because I feel like that was such a really wonderful way of showing the ways in which Doyle is lying, right? Like, not to the captain, but actually to everybody, right? Like, he plays the noble because that's going to keep him alive right now, right? And the ways in which he is, like, was such a really wonderful character moment that it was just awesome.
Just a human Ponzi scheme.
You know, I think that you need to talk to Lindy about her pyramid scheme warlock. That is something that I think you definitely need to do. Speaking of pyramid scheme warlocks, my love to Lindy goes to... You are working hard. You were like, okay, wait. Just the bit when you're like, I don't know if I want to go up in this like deadly desert thing. And Legter's like, yes, you are. You're going in the deadly desert thing. And you're like, well... this might get okay. just the way that you managed. Does it pay? The way that you managed being the Justicia that is you pronounce it with a J. I'm so sorry. The Justicia that Doyle knows, and the Justicia who
Imagine
you want to be.
Avonlea versus Summerlands.
Yes, that's what it is. It's the Summerland to pronounce it the different way. That's just what it is. It's the accent. But I love the ways in which you were able to do that kind of wonderful triple Justicia, right? The different forms of person. And I also was really pleased that I was able to, that she was like, oh, we want to offer you asylum. And you're like, yes, that's it. That's it. Yes, absolutely. That was wonderful. And then I want to, so speaking of wonderful, PB, of course, you were such the best pen pal. Do you know what I mean? You were such the best pen pal. I ship you two so hard now. But I also like the little, like, okay, is this guy creepy? Do I need to protect you? Because you've heard about the Avonians. Everybody in this group so far has got your character and your connection to the world down so well. I'm so impressed with how each and every one of you have really gotten that down. And it was so lovely. And I also really appreciated the ways in which you were able to also be the diplomat, like a person with influence and power. And the way that you interacted with the captain was such great character work. So much love there. And Nugget. I am excited about the fact that you are getting so much good intel. And I imagine that at some point in time, you're going to say to me, I think this person needs to be assassinated for the good of the First Kingdom. And you may just do that on your own, or you may speak to your contact. I don't know. But like, I saw you becoming... I saw who you will be when you level up. Like, I saw your character becoming that person already. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, I see, right? Like that was, and the conversation you had with Marduk was so brilliant. Simon, my love for you is for that moment when it was so good, when everybody in the bar is like cheering you all on for like going into the dirty, terrible, horrible desert that is just so awful. And you're like, no. And you walked out and I was like, right. Yes, because it actually isn't really great when people are cheering on that people are going to go into your home as if it's the worst thing ever. And I love that you got that, because that was just such a great, brilliant piece of character work that also really spoke to the really complex thing here, especially when you're like, you need our help, right? Like you have the sort of the nuance of this politics so well. And I want to give everybody the love for that, because it was brilliant. And I want to give love to everybody here in chat. If you have ideas for titles, you should say. And you will find all of us here next Friday for the next session, when we start with a fight with It Is True Skeletons. That is correct, because they have shown up here and we don't know why. And there's going to be more than one of them, and they're going to want to kill some people. And that'll be fun. I think it'll be great. I think it'll be no problem. That'll be it. Thank you, everybody. Take care of yourselves, and we will catch all of you all on the flip side. Bye, everybody.